You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
All right, let's go ahead with this. Very happy. We're very happy to welcome you to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Sure hope you're hanging in there. I'm sure some of you just love this 85 to 90 degree vibe that we got coming at us in the next couple of days. I'm sure there are some of you that hate it. Where do you stand?
Hate it.
Yeah, it's gross.
I'm indoors 99% of the time, so I'm going to be all right.
He doesn't give a rat's ass. He's inside.
They say record heat today, record heat tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I'll just put it at whatever the house is, and I'm fine.
But I'm still capable of bitching about the 8 seconds it takes me to walk from my car to a building with air conditioning.
Yeah, exactly.
That's still too much for me.
If any of us worked outside or were crawling around attics, insulating attics, I could see complaining, but I think we're doing okay.
Up in an attic.
Gross.
I'll tell you, I needed new insulation, only because it turns out when they built our house, they put absolutely zero, like literally no insulation in our attic, which I found out after living there for 2 years. And I tried to schedule it so the guys wouldn't have to go up there in summer. Because I'm sure in my last house, we had to have it inspected, and it was in the middle of summer, and I felt so bad. I never considered it. The guy came out, he's covered in just shrapnel, pink shrapnel all over him. I've never seen someone sweat. It looked like he got out of a pool, and I felt awful. I never thought that it would be that bad up there. So on purpose, I waited to schedule it till it was a cooler day. That sounds awful.
I got a couple of friends who are electricians. And one of them came over to do me a favor. I think this was last summer. I need to crawl up into my attic. He said, how do you get up into the attic? I said, you go this way, that way. I showed him. I'd never been up there myself, but I knew the route to take. I sent him up there to look at some of the electrical issues up there. When he came back down, Josh, I thought he was a completely different person. I didn't recognize him at all.
Lost 15 pounds, all the colors out of his face.
He didn't look anything like the friend of mine that had crawled up there 10 minutes prior.
Yeah.
When he came
10 years.
Who are you? Where'd you come from? He looked like he was about to die.
I wonder how many people have it was actually folks doing insulation estimates where they assumed it was a ghost, because that's what they look like when they come out of that thing if it's a hot day.
You look inhuman.
Miserable.
Next couple of days, we'll be hovering around 90 damn degrees, and you know what, Cubby? Just my piss poor luck. I'm going for a walk around the lake on Saturday.
For a charity event or romance?
Thank God you got it right.
Well, I know you well enough to know that would be
would-
some serious convincing your wife would have to do to get you to do that just romantically.
I was waiting for one of you to jump down my throat and say, you going for a walk?
No, I know you enough.
Around a lake?
Will you wear, like, regular shoes or maybe active wear tennis shoes, some sort of or are you going to wear flip-flops? Or work boots?
Oh, I haven't thought about it yet, but I imagine I probably need to get my hands on some tennis shoes.
I would think so.
I just did that this past weekend, and maybe this will be the case for you. There was a long route you could take and a short route. So maybe you'll be able to go on a shorter route.
We'll find out when I get there, Smashley. Yes, Saturday going to be around 90 degrees, and I agreed to go for a walk around a lake. But it
like
is for
5K?
charity.
It's got to be, right?
A 5K.
5K.
About 3 miles.
I have no idea.
That's usually those run walks usually are about 3 miles. So.
I'm just supporting a friend.
Sure.
Whose son is going through some difficult times right now, and I've agreed to show up. And we all walk around a lake. I don't know the distance or what's expected of me, but that's what we're...
Those are fun. They usually do a really good job. We do a lot of those every year. The Shaver Shuffle was a really great event. He hasn't done that in a little bit. They did a virtual one during the pandemic.
a virtual walk around the lake.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me.
Hi, everybody.
So you just basically, you'd log that you did it, right? And you could take as long as you want. You had a window of time, meaning a few days to get it done. And so I got to be honest, I cheated once. I donated the money and said, oh, yeah, I walked that son of a gun.
Sounds like you only cheated yourself in your exercise.
You're right.
Because they got the money, Josh.
Yeah, I'll know a few people at this deal. So, we could just jaw jack a little bit. And I mean, no one's going to expect me to hurry through this,
No,
are they?
no.
Okay. I've never been to this kind of an event. So.
It's a leisurely walk.
Good.
This will be fun because there will be folks that take it very seriously. There's only 1 year my daughter and I did. She wanted to spite walk because it was odd. There was a couple of women who were obviously wanting to win but pretending they weren't interested. But you
Win?
could see, yeah, because you get, I don't even remember if they had prizes.
There's a winner and a loser in a charity walk?
Well, at least I can tell you at the couple we've done, Shaver Shuffle certainly, and a couple other ones, where they at least recognize who came in first, right? Hey, here you go. You won this thing.
Really?
From the joggers, the runners, and then the walkers.
That's
Is that
that's
right?
crazy,
Oh,
dude.
okay.
And so we did it one time, and these ladies were, kind of like when you can tell somebody's enraged, yet they're smiling, but you know what's going on behind that smile. It was the same type of thing, and so we did our best to pretend we weren't racing them, but we would pass them every once in a while, let them pass us and pass them, and it was, for whatever reason, it was this rivalry. And we ended up winning, by the way, but it was very close, very close.
People can be competitive.
Yeah, especially the runners.
Even at inappropriate times.
Because, the runners, that's what they do, right? The ones that are going for it, they do a lot of these. And
I'll look for that. I'll let you know if I ran into any hard-ons who want to turn a charity event into a gritty, type of a competition.
You said Saturday?
Saturday.
Is it going to cool down by Saturday?
No, it's going to be 90 damn
Even
degrees.
on the weekend, huh?
I'm screwed. That was the point of me bringing it up. I'm totally screwed.
Yeah, I thought it was just Thursday, Friday, but this weekend too, huh?
Hotter than Dutch love. Josh, a number of years ago, I, of course, wasn't stupid enough to actually golf, but I was part of a golf tournament that was set up because a man was dying of leukemia, right? But there's always a few folks who forget why we're there, right? So I don't know what I did. I was at the golf course. I didn't golf. I mean, I'm not that foolish. But we were all donating our time that day. And after the golf tournament was over, we all go back to a bar, having something to eat, having a few tall beers. All of that benefited this poor guy. And 2 or 3 jagoffs at the bar start arguing over who had the better round of golf. I saw you over there. What did you get on that hole? Oh, I got a 4. You didn't get a friggin' 4. I saw you kick the ball out of the rough. Well, 2 holes prior to that, you had that one shot go into the woods. Did you count that? Yeah, I counted it. No, you didn't. Your scorecard said this. Donnie won. Donnie didn't win. 3 guys are hollering at each other. Finally, someone at the bar goes, "Hey! A man has leukemia!"
Nothing like trying to make a charity event about yourself.
Wake up over here, you dildos. This is not about who won the... So that's where I'll be on Saturday, walking around a lake. Later on this morning, veterinarian Doctor Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital is going to stop on by for our latest Ask a Vet showdown. Text in at the phone number 651-989-9393. If and you have a question about your damn house pets, we'll take to jaw jacking with Andrea at around 8:20. And we always have lots of fun when Dr. Andrea swings in. Today is October 2nd, and October 2nd, Josh, is National Name Your Car Day. Now, in all my life, I've never gotten into that gimmick where you give your car a cute little name and this and that. I've never gotten involved in that. Name your car.
I have friends and family who do. They'll name their car. I had a car named for me, but I've never been into that either.
Yeah, same here, Josh.
Tell me about the named for you.
Well, you might remember because it irritated you. It was Pip. My friends called my car Pip, and it was a 2-tone Ford Escort that was painted with a hand roller. light blue and dark blue.
Beauty.
Oh yeah, paid $400 for it, and then I put a $2,000 stereo in it, and I paid that thing off for about 6 years.
That car.
What Pip? I don't understand. What is that?
It was a character from Airheads. Oh wait, is Airheads the movie where they
Hijack the radio station?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
From Airheads. I think that was Adam Sandler's character. And I had a friend of mine worked at a movie theater, and they had like a marionette of all their heads. So he gave me the Adam Sandler one, and I hung it around my rearview mirror. And the character was Pip, so my friends just called my car Pip.
Because the character in the movie drove a similar car?
No, because his name was Pip.
Just a funny name.
Oh.
So that was my car mascot. And so
Okay.
people
Okay.
just called my car Pip.
You were young. It's excusable, I think, to make that reference to Adam Sandler. I do remember the movie. I do.
Yeah, maybe your first car. That's okay to do. But after that, no.
You think there's an age limit on it?
100%.
You had a car nicknamed for you said, Ashley?
Yeah, it was cute. I had a little red slug bug. I loved that.
Sure.
I loved that little car. And my mom, she didn't make the alcohol connection to this name, but she started calling it Fireball.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I thought, that works. That's cute.
And I'm guessing that sumbitch, when it took off down the street, it didn't have anything in common with a fireball.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
It didn't really take off from the tree.
I loved that car, though. I had like the typical little flower vase in there. Oh, so cute.
And, we're getting a lot of text messages here. And I remember in the past discussing, little nicknames for your car. I remember getting a lot of response on the text message. Then, a lot of yous do go along with this. Whether it be 20 years ago or today, you have a cute name for your car.
My first car got a nickname given to it by my buddies, and I always appreciated this one because I thought it was pretty clever. It was like a Chevy Topaz, and it had like 230,000 miles on it.
A Chevy Topaz?
I think that was what it was called. It was older than the hills, and had, like I said, over 200,000 miles on it. So my buddies started calling it Cal.
Was it a Chevy or Mercury?
Mercury, maybe?
Yeah, Mercury made the Topaz.
Okay,
right.
Yeah. They started calling it Cal after Cal Ripken Jr. because of his Iron Man streak. They said this car's been on the road so long they were calling it Cal because just thing wouldn't die.
It can be really clever at times. It can.
I enjoyed Cal.
I mean, a friend of mine in high school had this just awful-looking old Ford. I bet when it first fell off the line, the yellow color probably was glorious, but by the time my pal got his hands on this old Ford, that yellow had faded, and it looked like the color of urine. So everyone at our high school called his car the Pisser. I thought that was kind of cute.
That's good.
He had another old white station wagon that was called the Ghost. There was another dude at my high school who had an orange Datsun that was called the Pumpkin.
A buddy of mine had a Ford Fiesta, and it was like a bright green. He called it the Bean, and he wouldn't let you get in unless you flicked it.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you'd have if you knew if you wanted to ride, you got to flick the Bean.
Oh my, damn! Yeah, a lot of you go along with this, and some of it can be really funny. I'll admit, some of it can be really funny. I've never really gotten involved, but I can't deny the humor that goes along with something like that.
I mean, my daughter, she'll put a lot of thought into it. She names all her cars. Well, she's had two. She likes to name
What are some
them.
of the names that she's dumped upon her cars?
Her first car was Lola, who she loved. And I think it was named after, we used to have a car expert on, Lola the Motor City Kitty.
Oh, Jesus.
So I think she picked the name up from that. And then I forgot, the new one, it's like some reality television star lady or something like that. I forgot, she's changed. It was going to be Malibu because it's blue. But I forgot, there's like another name now. But she wants to match the car with the personality of the reality star, so she put some thought into it.
That's great.
I never heard of the person.
Yeah, we got the Green Bean out there in our listening audience. We got the Grimace. We got the Trooper. I'm just scrolling through.
I got the name for my wife was listening. Her new car is Dolly, after Dolly Parton. And it's not because she's necessarily a Dolly Parton fan. It's because Dolly Parton is Miley Cyrus's godmother. So she went that far.
She's so cool.
I like that dedication.
You think, oh, wow, Dolly Parton, wow, paying tribute to one of the greats. Oh, no, it's just the godmother of Miley Cyrus. That's what she's interested in.
We got the Bang Yo Mom bus out there in our listening audience. All kinds of great little nicknames for your car. It brings me back to when we used to have our little car show, Josh. Those were fun.
I loved that thing, the Average Joe Car Show. I
The
wish you guys
Average-
were around for that. It was fun. Have you heard us talk about that ever?
Yeah, people
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of bring in their beaters or average cars and do it like that.
Yeah, and not only that, but have you been to a car show? Mm-hmm. Especially like some of the ones, not necessarily by the dealerships, but by folks showing off their classic cars or sport cars, things like that. They would make like plaques and talk about all the stuff like rusty exhaust, alternator hasn't worked, and they'd make it look real fancy for the garbage cars. That was so much fun.
Pop the hoods to show what they got underneath it.
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's a 3-banger somehow.
Some of our listeners just up and give their cars just a simple human name. One of our listeners calls his car Mike. Fair enough. The Thunder Chicken. Where was this other one here?
Sounds like a bad 80s wrestling gimmick.
Yeah, there was another one out here. The Rollin' Turd. Today is National Name Your Car Day. So if you think you can come up with something, go ahead. Give it a shot. What else is going on today? We'll have Randy Shaver swing by, of course, around 7:30. Oh, the other day in the stupid news, maybe Josh's news. Oh, can't remember. Josh, you brought up the idea that we're short on male porn stars these days.
Yeah, I read an article saying it's almost a problem in the industry. And the main issue is if, they do testing, certainly, but if one guy gets an STD, he's going to transfer it to, 40% of the females there because he's the only guy sleeping with all of them. So that was one of the concerns why they wrote this article. Like, it's kind of, believe it or not, it's dangerous to have a shortage of male porn stars. Which is something I never would have thought.
That makes sense.
See an article?
Increases the odds of
'cause
disease spreading.
Exactly, because you have a limited supply of guys, and they talk about how just times have changed. There's people aren't as interested in doing it before, and also just all the pressures of having to perform. And, not to mention these guys are, pardon the pun, working hard because they're making several movies a day, and there's not a lot of guys that are able to do that.
There's
Just
thousands.
exhausted.
Yeah.
And the amateur porn thing has taken off to a level where, signing up to be a so-called professional porn star, people are saying, well, what do I need you for? There's an amateur couple down the street whose videos are just as good as the one. So
Yeah, my neighbors are making $25,000 a month on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, all that stuff, right. So, yeah, Josh told us that there are still thousands and thousands of female professional porn actresses, but they're down to about, 20 or 21 dudes who are signed up for it.
Yeah, the women were certainly in the tens of thousands. It was something crazy, and the guys were just, it's like a couple thousand, if even.
Also, we talked about how sometimes the finish, when you watch a porno movie, these days, they're faking the finish.
And that was part of the article because they're saying they can't, go 4 times a day and have an impressive finish, which
Right.
is what they want.
Oh, because nowadays, the money shot's got to be colossal.
And it's got to last a week.
A whitewash.
Everyone in the room's got to get a piece of it, right?
A little for you, a little for you.
That's just where the industry has gone. So they're faking them. Now, in a minute, I'm going to get to just a couple more porn-related things. It's funny. Things that porn lies about, okay? Just a minute, but we got to take a little sidestep here. We're still pumping out that beer money 5 times a day. It's the $5K a day, don't you know? Here at 93X. Here's your first shot at winning $1,000. Text the national keyword credit to 95819. Do it now for your chance to win. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply. Please don't screw the whole process up by texting and driving. $5K a day. Like my name was Fancy Ray. 6, 10, noon. Oh, help me out with the rest of it when a guy should be listening.
Oh, I
or a
just
gal.
deleted my information.
6, 10, noon. I know I had it around here somewhere.
Does it go to 2? That would.
I think it's 6, 10, noon, 2, and 6. But someone has to find that for me now.
I'm looking.
And make sure I have the correct. $5K a day. All right, back to this porno thing. The other lies that pornos tell us. You see an unbelievable money shot? These days, that might not be real. This is funny. There's only a couple of them that I thought you'd dig. Things that porn lies to us about. Number one, it's actually easy to escape from a laundry machine before your brother tries to have sex with you.
Now, that one cracked me up because when people were telling me about this stuck porn, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought, how does somebody get stuck under a coffee table or in a dryer? And so a buddy of mine sent me a video, and it was like, she doesn't even look like she's half stuck in a dryer. It makes no sense.
You're right.
Not to mention, that whole thing creeps me out. That doesn't seem right.
Real quick, the 5K a day, 6, 10, noon, 2, and 6.
I got it.
Nice.
Confirmed.
It's actually easy to escape from, say, a washing machine before your brother tries to have sex with you.
Gross.
I still can't believe that's a thing.
Yeah, the whole thing seems way wrong and possibly illegal.
Help! Help! I'm stuck in You're stuck in a washing machine. How does that happen? And you don't have any pants on. This is embarrassing. You're my stepsister. I know I'm your Will you help me get out of the... You know what's weird is you're my stepsister and you're caught in a washing machine and I have a boner. You do? That's gross.
Well, I'm willing to try anything because I'm severely stuck somehow.
Right. The other little note here on things that porn lies to us about. This is the one that I like this one. There's never, and some of you might be saying, never, ever? Never. There's never a woman on the other side of that glory hole. You think there is? There's not.
No.
Is that
No
a mustache?
I mean, if you're going to do they care? I don't know. Do you care if you're going to a glory
some
hole?
people don't care.
I mean, maybe that's why it's like, well, I don't have to see anything. Things are going to be pretty cool for a second there.
Out of sight, out of mind.
The one that cracked me up was long nails and lesbian porn, and the reason it cracked me up is because at first I didn't get it. It took me a couple seconds to realize what they were talking about.
I think I know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
I think I do.
Yeah,
I get it.
absolutely.
That sounds dangerous.
There was, I think I was in high school at this time where me and my girlfriends were hanging, and we saw a girl that had fake nails except for like one of her fingers, and we thought, well, we know what that's for, right? Like, she's definitely into women. She has to keep that nail short.
You should be an investigator. I never in a million years would guess.
Well, you ever see a dude walking around with one really long fingernail and that's it?
Yeah, like a pinky nail?
Yeah,
cocaine.
Usually the pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah. That threw me when I was in 10th grade. I don't know where the hell we were at, but some dude was walking around with this extremely long pinky nail. And I thought, well, this guy's hygiene went out the window.
He's becoming a werewolf.
What are you doing? Why are you...
I knew a guy that had long nails, and when I asked him like why he keeps them like that, he said it made it easier to roll blunts.
Rolling up my blunts.
Really? I've never liked longer. Like, I keep mine like underneath the pads of my fingers. I hate long nails. I don't know if it's from playing guitar. I never liked long nails, or I don't know what, but
I bet your blunts look terrible.
yeah, I have horrible blunts.
Yeah.
What do they call that? What's the stuff that spills out of there? Like shrapnel?
Res?
I thought there was a name for it, but yeah, it's everywhere.
I have no idea.
Get it all over the place.
Yeah. the dude with the one long fingernail. I just thought that maybe his eyesight was shot or something, you know what I mean? He missed that one.
Ran out of time when he's clipping his nails.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw that. It took me a minute.
Here's a guy who doesn't notice that his pinky nail is 11 and a half inches long.
Ew.
How lazy is that guy? Well, I got 9, but I don't got strength for the last one in me. So
You mean
I'll
bandwidth?
get that one later.
You don't
Yeah.
have the bandwidth to get the last one. Shake. Thank you, Alex. That's the word I was looking for. Shake. I knew there was a name for the shrapnel there.
Yeah, Christ. What's that old joke, Josh, about the mechanic with one clean finger?
Yeah, somebody just texted that in.
I used to tell that joke, and now I can't think of it. Yeah, there's something there. I used to tell that one on stage at bar gigs, and now I can't come up with it. What happens to the memory, Josh?
Mine's going too, like concerningly fast.
I read something the other day that says fast food will destroy your memory, and you know what I got to say about that?
What's that?
It's friggin' worth it.
Well, I read the same thing about like drinking like Diet Pop and stuff, but I love Mountain Dew so much. that-
Diet Pop?
Like the aspartame or something in there. See, I don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
remember what it was. Well, it wasn't so much that I don't remember, it's that I just didn't want to know. And I thought, I can't, I got to drink this stuff.
Diet Pop will ruin your memories.
Supposedly.
Some of those things are just worth it. in
And
the
then
long
also,
run.
they change so much, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'd like to think it's going to come around and it's the healthiest thing you can do for yourself.
Well, I suppose it's time to reach over and turn off my microphone and get ready for... Oh, Josh!
What?
I've gotten stuck while reaching for my microphone button.
This is the perfect time.
There's
you
no
don't
way-
even realize this. I have an erection.
Help!
I can help you.
Oh, wait a minute. Help! No, Josh. Maybe that's not where I wanted this to go. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the stupid news here in a couple minutes.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Thursday night football is on, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, NFC West rivals meet again as the San Francisco 49ers visit the Los Angeles Rams. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the 49ers and Rams tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Stupid news on the Half-assed morning show.
Today's Name Your Car Day. We had a conversation a few minutes ago. Today's Name Your Car Day. And a lot of you have done so over the years and come up with some pretty clever stuff. Here are some text messages that have made their way into my friggin' lap. 651-989-9393 if he's ever want to get a hold of us. Perry Saturn Jesus. He texted in and he says, if nobody has claimed their car name to be Josh's mom,
Oh, no.
can I have it? He says it would be fitting because everyone gets a ride. It is too late. I'm sorry, Perry Saturn Jesus. Someone already calls their motor vehicle Josh's mom.
Why would you ruin Name Your Car Day like that? I'm never going to celebrate the same ever again.
A listener says I named my minivan Josh's mom years ago. It fits 2 in the front, 6 in the back.
There's no way my mom's anus stretches like that. There's no way.
Oh my gosh.
Did someone just say my mom's anus into a microphone?
Sure did.
I didn't hear it.
Other folks who have named their cars over the years or currently own a car with a cute name. Here's a listener who drives a Jeep named Johnny 5 and a Honda Civic named Vicky.
Somebody recommended I call my pickup the compensator because I'm compensating for a small penis.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to disagree with that because I freely admit I have the Irish curse.
Yeah.
Even some Irishmen look at me and go, ooh, boy, you got it bad.
Not only is it small, these are your words.
Yeah.
I think your penis is likely just fine.
And I really appreciate you saying that.
Not only do you always call it small, but you're ashamed of it.
Yep.
You rarely ever use it because of that shame.
Exactly. It's
and,
ugly.
And you hate it.
It's kind of weird.
You don't want it.
It's made me make decisions that I regret terribly. And
Not
feel
often
sinful.
enough, I'll tell you that.
Well, I've learned over the years.
Where were you going with this?
I can't call it the compensator because I'm not hiding it. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Like, that's the joke, right?
Right.
You got a lifted truck, big tires, all kind of stuff. You're trying to compensate for your small penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to disagree.
No,
with
it
this
doesn't
person.
apply.
Yeah,
It doesn't-
just in this case, it's. I understand what you're saying, but
Right.
it's not appropriate.
It doesn't apply.
I'll put on a bumper sticker saying, "Hey, this truck that I drive has nothing to do with my penis. I'm very well aware."
Right. I agree with you. That's not fair for someone to call your vehicle the compensator because you're wide open about your penis size or lack thereof.
And nobody hates my penis more than me.
Very true. Here's a listener who texted in and said his high school Ford Taurus was called the Special Editions CL Taurus. Dude drives around a 93 Mazda Protege. He calls it his Maserati.
That's good.
One of our listeners has a vehicle. Well, he has two of them. He calls one box and the other one zip tie. I like that. You can take a wild guess, I'm sure, why he would name a car zip tie, because most of it's held together by... I was on a Ferris wheel once, and I love Ferris wheels.
Oh, I don't. Sketchy.
We went up, way up there. Look at how beautiful it is on the tippy top of the Ferris wheel. We came down. You know how they operate, right, Ashley?
Yeah.
Then we went way up to the top, and we stopped, which is normal because they got to let folks... And that's when I looked around and noticed that the car we were sitting in was 100% connected to the rest of the effing thing by zip ties.
No.
More nicknames for cars. Here's a listener who says, I call my vehicle the total piece of that's got 4 years left to pay on.
Oh, man. Boy, I've been there.
In high school, I drove a light blue Buick Skylark. I put a fin on the lid, and I called it the Buick Sky Shark. A lot of you have some clever stuff out there. No
Actually,
surprise.
how long was your car held together by duct tape and bungee cords?
Oh, God. Well over a year.
Yeah. That thing was having some troubles.
Oh, I loved that car so much, too.
All right. Stupid News Report, October 2nd, 20 and 25. Speaking of motor vehicles, speaking of driving, this is not something that crosses my mind very often, but I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm happy that we don't live in a city that uses toll booths.
Oh, me too.
Seems like a massive pain in the ass.
So I've never even driven through one. Do you just whip right by now? It's all electric. You don't stop and throw some quarters in a jar like you used to, right?
I've always just drove through and then thought, well, if I owe money, they'll somehow like send me a bill. I don't really know how they work, to be honest.
I don't know how it works either, Josh. I've gone through 2-3 of them in my day.
Where? Out of curiosity, I don't even know where that.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
yeah.
here.
Okay, I've heard Chicago has it.
But
Did you have to stop?
I don't. Here's the thing, Josh. I don't remember much about it. I don't think. Well, in one case, I was driving. In other cases, I was very, very drunk, and I don't really remember. I think we had to slow down. At any rate, I'm not sure how they work anymore, but I am still glad that we don't have that going on around here.
What is it? Maybe somebody could text. I'm sure you guys don't know, since we don't really drive in rush hour. What does an Easy Pass cost? Like, how much is it worth it? I always assumed they were incredibly expensive, but I've never really looked into it because we've never needed
Now,
it.
what is an easy pass?
Says
Where
it
you
on the sign.
Where you can, does it really?
Yeah,
Where
I
you
can't
you
remember.
go through the sane lane, right? You drive by one every day, right, at 394. So you
Okay.
just can get into that sane lane.
How does it work?
I think that's all electronic. Like you put a device in your dash or somewhere.
Oh. Yeah, I've never paid attention to things like that.
Oh, it is not as expensive. Wow, it's actually really cheap. You just have to pay an initial fee of $25.
That's to get the transponder or whatever they call it.
No, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't know that you had to get one of those. But then it says the cost of like the actual tag is $15.
So that way you can drive in the express lane with just one individual in the car? Is that where we're going
Well,
with
I
this?
think can anybody do that? I'm not 100% sure, but just for the folks that pay for it, I was curious what that cost.
I don't know the rules. I've told you before that I'm maybe my most relaxed and oblivious when I'm driving. I know that's not what the rest of you in town want to hear, but I am probably at my most carefree and most relaxed and oblivious to my surroundings when driving. I don't know why. It's hypnotic.
I'd be much more comfortable around drivers like you rather than the ones that panic, the white knuckle ones that are overly nervous. I'm more cautious.
Or the ones who are on edge the entire time.
The entire ride, because they clearly are unconfident behind the wheel, and that's the ones that get in the accident sometimes.
I kind of think you're right. Really, if I had to be on a road full of aggressive drivers or terrified drivers, I'll take the aggressive drivers. Mm-hmm. They're probably a little better. Runs from Ice Jesus, and keep running, pal. We love you out there. Keep running. He has an easy pass, and he said the pass you don't like pay a subscription. You just charge it with money as you go. You preload it, so I guess maybe per use. That makes more sense. I just assumed it was a subscription.
I don't get it. I love to drive.
Yeah, I do too.
What movie? 651-989-9393. Now this will impress me. If you can get this one. Again, the line, I love to drive. What movie? 651-989-9393. An unbelievable amount of respect will be given if you can get that one right. Okay, the reason I brought up toll booths. A total numbskull. No, it's not Baby Driver, and don't ever bring up that friggin' awful movie ever again while I'm
people
here.
loved that movie.
It's a terrible, awful, stupid movie, and I never want it brought up ever again on this show.
There's a lot of people that would disagree with you on that. Folks like it, just like I disagree with all the texts coming in saying my mom is an easy pass. No,
Oh,
she's
my
not.
God!
On Name Your Car Day.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how you want to come off?
It's not Rain Man. It's not Leaving Las Vegas. It's
I
not
have
License to Drive. It's
have a
not
guess.
Fast and the Furious. You have a guess?
Well, how long do we give it?
It's not Gone in 60 Seconds. Got it. We got a winner. Go ahead and your guess, John.
Raising Arizona.
It is Raising Arizona. And it's a line uttered by John Goodman. The individual who got it. It's not Smokey and the Bandit. Stop. Now you can stop. Where is this? Not Talladega. No.
Well, you have
If
to.
if you have a 612 in your number, you got it right. Oh, wait a minute. I need to be more specific than that. 6418. You're the guy. Congratulations. Raising Arizona from 1988.
I know we say it every time it comes up. Such a funny movie.
It is.
Ashley, have you watched that?
Nope.
You got to watch it. I think you'd really like it.
Put it on my list.
Unbelievable. Absolutely hilarious from start to finish. A total numbskull in a place called Jersey City, New Jersey, who had piled up summers in the neighborhood of $18,000 in unpaid tolls, was arrested. The cops noticed that he tried to obscure his license plate with a pair of socks.
It looks terrible. It doesn't
just-
like, I don't know if he thought, it'll be so casual they won't know it's on purpose. It's obviously on purpose. It looks
Stupid ass. He just simply hung a couple of dirty old black socks over his license plate to block the numbers and letters. This is a 51-year-old man who came up with that all by himself.
Why wouldn't you just, get your vehicle all muddy or something? Like, I didn't realize the license plate was covered in mud.
He tried to go through the toll booth the other day, and the cops saw the effing dirty socks hanging. They say he used the socks to dodge the toll cameras. Word is, stupid ass owes him exactly $18,358.31 in unpaid tolls
Crazy.
and fees. Police beat the living daylights out of him, arrested him, and impounded his motor vehicle. And, for all I know, he might have pulled over a couple miles short of the toll booth and took the socks off that he was wearing. You got to make a little more effort than that, Josh. Wouldn't you make a little more effort than that, especially when 18 effing grand is at stake?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think. This guy's driving a Mercedes, so you'd assume he has the money, but maybe he bought a car he shouldn't have, and he's struggling a little bit. 18 grand. That's incredible.
It's a couple of old socks. I'll just hang them over the...
Looks ridiculous.
Hey, I wear black socks. Is that old man stuff? I thought it used to be, and it's not anymore.
No, I only wear black socks.
Stop worrying about
Or
silly
maybe they're
things.
actually dark gray.
No. It doesn't matter, Josh. And what do you care anymore? You're a 50-year-old man. What do you care?
I actually don't necessarily care. Sometimes I just like to know.
I wear black socks
Where
all
I'm
the
at.
time. I've got 99% black socks in my sock drawer, 1% white. I don't care
I kind of feel
what
silly.
anybody thinks.
I used to always wear white ones, and now I kind of feel silly for some reason.
Did you pull them all the way up to your knees?
Of course.
Yeah, when we were kids, we'd pull them all
Yeah.
the way up to our knees.
Used to.
And you know what stopped that?
What's that?
Leg hair.
Oh, yeah.
No, the white socks are more of the old man thing.
All right. You know what's fun, Ashley, for guys like Josh and I is we just don't care. Whether it's cool, old man, young man, we don't care.
Yeah, I wish I knew as a young person that there'd be a day where I just don't care. All the stuff you're afraid people think or...
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, exactly. You get to a point where it's like somebody thinks this, like, yeah, I no longer care. Or we talked about it, if somebody were to hack into our phones or somehow... control the camera on our phones and they took a picture of us going number 2 or something and it got sent to all our friends, I no longer care. There'd be a time where I'd be mortified.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler.
Let me check.
You guys
and
will
see
all
the,
get there.
Let me see the color of my
I think
sock.
I was thinking about that the other day. I think I'm there, and I think it has a lot to do with now, like having a kid. I'm like, I usually, I guess, obsess over like my weight or the clothes I wear out in public or doing my makeup, getting my hair done, but I just don't care.
Yeah,
there's
see?
so many other things matter so much more.
That's the way to live.
very
it's
freeing.
awesome.
What the hell
Crack
is-
the code. See, you've had 9 months of people feeling you up, strangers looking at your vagina and stuff like
Yep.
that. You just get to a point where you're right. It just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, when I went to the doctor
Who the
2
hell's
weeks
been
ago.
looking at her vagina?
Well, professionals,
people.
I would hope.
Oh.
I would hope doctors.
But yeah, when I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago, when I was having issues with my boobs, I had to pump when I was in the room, and the doctor's like knocking on the door. He's like, "Hey, I just want to make sure. Are you done pumping?" I was like, "Oh, I don't care. Come on in."
Yeah, it's funny how that works out.
What the hell does this mean? Back to socks, which I hate to put on. You guys know me, but I have to once the weather
Oh, I like socks.
takes a turn.
I like them a lot.
What does it say here? What does this mean? I got 99 socks because a bitch took one.
It's a play off of a Jay-Z song.
Jay-Z.
Very good.
Did I ever tell you the story, Ashley, of me and one of my ex-girlfriends at the implant store?
Well, I don't think so.
Speaking of, you're at a point now where, you're at the doctor's office, you're pumping your boobs for milk so your child can survive, and the doctor says, "Well, I'll come back when you're done." And you say, "What the hell? Just come on in. I don't care." Ex-girlfriend of mine and I, she decided she wanted to buy some sweater cannons. And she asked me to come with to the consultation or whatever it's called, right? Mm-hmm. So we go to the boob doctor, and she and I walk into his office, and the guy's, "Hello." He's a very nice guy. And he, at one point or another, he says to my ex-girlfriend, he says, "Well, let's get a look at what we're dealing with here." And so she takes off her shirt, takes off her bra, and I could tell she was a little nervous, but not terribly. He is a doctor. And I'm sitting there, too. And there she is, topless, sitting on the little the setup that they put you on, at the doctor's office on that wacky bed. And the dude started kind of drumming on her. He's got his right hand on her left boob and his left hand on her right boob, and he's kind of juggling them. He's kind of going, whoa, 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 whoa.
Did he do the Phil from In the Air tonight? That'd be pretty cool.
Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean by Phil. Drum Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was just kind of
Batting him around a little bit?
batting him around.
Yeah.
And while talking to her, saying, well, it looks like you've got a this, and a that, and a C cup, and you're looking to go for a D cup. But she finally couldn't take it. She looks over at me with this expression, my ex-girlfriend, and her expression told me she was saying, is this really effing happening? That this guy's playing.
A homeless guy just put on a smock and walked in.
It was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, I'd be dying.
He's just kind of tossing them around the room.
You know, that is I got to say, that's a stressful time for someone with the breast implant thing. And by that someone, I mean the gentleman in the relationship, because the significant other might say, hey, what do you think? I was thinking about doing that. And you got to be very careful with your answer. I know I was in that position once and I was scared. On the inside, I'm screaming yes. But you're like, well, I mean, obviously that's your choice. And
I see what you mean.
something you feel would make you feel better, you should. But as far as I'm concerned, I like you how you are.
I see what you mean.
Which, that's true, obviously. But at the same time, you got to be careful with your answer.
That's why when this ex-girlfriend asked me, do you think I should get breast implants? That's why I said, well, hell yeah!
Hey, I think you'll regret that response.
I said,
woo! What took you so long?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How would you even Ashley, if it was all you wanted this so bad, you were totally cool with it, like, I really want this. And if your husband was overly excited, would you get a little upset with him?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I'm worried for him. He messed up a little bit because obviously when you are pregnant and then when you're breastfeeding, your boobs grow in size. And he's very, very, very happy about it, like too happy. And I'm like, they're not going to stay like this forever. You're making me nervous here because, I mean, my first thought when they go back to normal, I'm going to be like, yeah, you don't like them as much, and I know that now.
Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting. Sewer repair Jesus texted in when I was telling that breast implant consultation story. I didn't realize it until now, but that was the first time ever that I sat in the cuck chair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that is... when my wife was impregnated by a syringe when we went through IVF, I really did sit in the cuck chair. Didn't even realize it.
And eventually you became the friggin' cuck king.
No,
okay.
I did not.
We need to continue
I am not the king of the cuck.
Talk about a stroke of effing luck right here. By God, I would. I'd call it a stroke of luck. A feller out there in Virginia, dude had a massive heart attack while driving his car. I've seen someone have a grabber behind the wheel, and it ain't pretty. And at the end of this, maybe if you want to hear the story again, I'll tell it to you, but you might have to remind me. I've seen someone have a grabber behind the wheel, and it was something. So dude in Virginia had what they call a widowmaker-style heart attack while he was driving. And the grabber caused him to crash his car. But the stroke of luck, he crashed his car smooth into a cardiologist's doorstep. Are you effing kidding me?
That's pretty awesome if you have to have a heart attack behind the wheel.
And it's the only way he survived.
Equally as dramatic, I got the dreaded truck wobble on a skateboard back in the day on this huge. I used to get dropped off early on the bus, or an earlier stop, just so I could go down this giant hill, and my trucks were loose. And I get into the death wobble, and I biffed it big time in front of an entire bus full of colleagues. That was awful. And I was really messed up. I got hurt really bad right at the hospital.
It's hilarious.
But it became hilarious.
That's not the end of the story?
At the time, no. I went to a house, and it was a nurse. I totally lucked out. She was able to care for me and get my parents to come pick me up, take me to the hospital.
What'd you do? What'd you break?
Luckily, I didn't break anything. Well, they said I probably broke a toe, but there wasn't anything they could do for it. Right. But I was just cut up pretty good. Had a couple of stitches.
Just a raspberry
in my vent.
Yeah. So you were too knocked around to do the thing where you pop up like, oh, that didn't hurt. I'm good. I'm good.
No, I definitely stood up immediately and played through the pain until the bus turned the corner, and then the tears came, and I ran to a house. And luckily, a lady was there to
You had stitches
help
up
me out.
in your vent?
In my vent.
All right, so here's this guy. Massive heart attack, crashes into a cardiologist's doorstep. And without that just bizarre luck, he'd be dead. The poor bastard goes by the name of Jeff, 64-year-old. He's driving home from a workout last month. Well, that'll learn you. Driving home from a workout.
Oh, he's out there trying to be healthy.
It's silly. He said
It
he
does
wasn't.
kill a lot of people.
It does. He said he was feeling a little iffy after he was done with his dopey workout. But he decided to drive home anyways. Along the way, he suddenly stopped breathing. The sumbitch had that massive heart attack. He swerved over multiple lanes of traffic and went sailing into a parking lot. Other drivers must have been saying, damn, man, talk about a code brown. Look at this guy. He just happened to crash more or less smooth into the medical office of a cat by the name of Dr. Deepak, who's a brilliant cardiologist type of a character.
That's a cool name.
Dr. Deepak ran on over to the scene of the crash while on the telephone with 911, and he saved the guy.
My wife works at a gym, and unfortunately, there's been a lot of people who have had heart attacks. By a lot of people, it seems like a couple of years, more what I mean.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in a couple situations, so they're trained, right? The staff are trained to deal with this kind of thing. And a couple situations, they were lucky enough where there was one guy, there was a cop and a paramedic that happened to be working out at the same time. So had they not been there, who knows what happened. And sometimes it's like folks that you never would guess. Like they look like they're in great shape, young enough, but
You never know.
for whatever reason.
After Jeff crashed his car and Deepak, the heart doctor, came rushing onto the scene, Deepak said Jeff wasn't breathing. He didn't have a pulse. It was what they call here sudden cardiac death. Dr. Deepak restarted a player's heart again, and Jeff kicked out at 2. They say here if Dr. Deepak wouldn't have been there, if he hadn't crashed his car into a friggin' cardiologist's office, Jeffy would have been deader than Derringer within about 5 minutes. Later on, they found out that Jeff's heart is a mess, clogged arteries and whatnot from one end to the other. When Jeff came to, he had zero effing idea what had happened. The nurse told him that he had a widowmaker, and he suicide bombed his effing Ford Focus across 6 lanes of traffic and into a building. And Jeff said, okay, come on, tell me what really happened. Jeff's family does have a history of heart issues. He thought his silly, active lifestyle would help him avoid problems. He said, I've been an athlete since I was 14 years old. I work out all the time. I run marathons. I didn't think it would happen to me. He's okay now. His car is not okay. But he says he's going to, quote, make healthy changes to his diet. Boring. What a story. What a friggin' story. All right. We got another teacher here that did something stupid. I thought these people were supposed to be intelligent teachers.
You know, that was always my thought. I mean, I know that they make bad choices in husbands.
That's true.
I've learned that as of late.
Is it the
in the
money?
last 6 months or so.
Is it the money that goes to their heads?
It probably is. And the respect, certainly.
I know a couple people that have became teachers that are very intelligent, but then I also know some where I'm like, you're teaching kids?
Oh, Christ.
What?
Josh, tell them about that gal we used to know who was maybe the most uncorked person. Top 5 easily. Most uncorked characters we've ever met. But yet somehow, some way, they held down the job of a counselor.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I thought somebody was joking at first. I thought, haha, that's crazy. But then, you know what? Maybe it takes one to know one. Maybe she was an excellent counselor because no matter what crazy thing the person said, she could sympathize.
She could relate.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
At any rate.
Yeah, she was the most
Dude.
nuts person we've ever met.
And then we found out, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a counselor.
And she specialized in marriage counseling, and she was like 26 years old and never been married.
All right. I believe this year's story has come our way from Texas. A teacher effed up. The teacher has the title of Advanced Animal Science Teacher. La-di-da.
That sounds sweet.
She teaches at a joint called Alvord High School. What she did here to get in all this deep trouble, she fed a sick kitten to the classroom snake.
What? Why did she think this was a good idea?
That'd be a tough watch.
Snakes got to eat.
Now,
We ran out of mice or what?
the teacher gal fed the adorable, scared, crying, and confused little kitten to a big, scary, merciless snake before school. No students got to watch the horror of it all in person. But somehow the word spread around the school, and a lot of the parents and students thought this was pretty effing psycho behavior.
That's insane.
Especially considering she killed a helpless little sick kitten on school grounds.
Yeah, I mean, a kitten's a pet. If she would have fed it something else, maybe folks wouldn't have been freaking out.
A kitten's a friggin'
If
pet.
it's like a rat or something you might expect. Not something you name.
Yeah.
Right. Now, she's very effing apologetic over here about this, Josh. She's very apologetic. She's volunteered to remove all snakes from her classroom.
All snakes.
She even permitted a student to take the remaining sick kittens home. Apparently, this gal,
What?
she had a drawer full of sick kitties at the ready. I don't know.
Where did she get these?
We don't know. That's part of the story. We don't know. The school and the district and all that have talked this nightmare over, up and down, and I believe that Dr. Death here will be allowed to keep her teaching job. But on a side note, the local television station there in town wants to know where this morbid teacher lady is getting all of her sick kittens, which is a good question. And remember the sick kitties that the students got to take home? They died!
Oh, no.
By snake?
No, natural causes because they were sick kitties.
Oh my gosh.
Do you still want to die in a violent attack from an animal, Ashley?
Yeah, I think that'd be a cool way to go out.
Even as a mom now?
Yeah.
I mean, when it's your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
How in the hell? How in the living hell do you feed a little kitty to a snake? What in the F is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
You have to be missing something there.
And I know some hard-ons are going to text in and blah, 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 cats are nothing but this and that, and blah, my dog could eat a cat. I know there's a few of you hard-ons out there that are touching yourselves right now, but that's friggin' sick.
Especially because you could probably treat a sick cat, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sick little kitty.
And
Call the paramedics.
they're probably not going.
You bastard.
Apply some first aid.
I don't know why you have to do that.
I don't either. Help me. Help me not do this.
He's a pun addict.
I can't
He
stop.
has to make a pun.
I can't stop.
It has to rhyme or it has to be a pun.
Help me.
Ashley,
Get that cat a prescription.
a week or two ago, Ashley, you missed an all-timer. I thought Nick was going to fall out of his chair. We were talking to our boss after the show.
Oh, don't do this to me. Now, keep in mind, I do this to annoy Nick.
I know. But this one was too good. We were talking to Derek about the St. Croix Casino Turtle Lake casino visit, and we were talking about the different things. You know, there's a happy hour, there's a breakfast. Should we name the breakfast? And Josh goes, we could call it hams and eggs.
Thank you, Ashley. You're the only one that laughed at that.
You could see the soul leaving Nick's body in that room.
Derek pretty much just opened the door and said, get out.
That's awesome, dude. I love that.
I wasn't just disappointed. I wasn't just annoyed. I was furious.
Let's do that.
You know, we could call it hams and
It
eggs.
came out before I had time to think about it.
See, now that we're onto the subject, that has got to be one of my least favorite things about radio. Why? And I've been asking myself this from day one. Why does everything have to have a cute name?
I'm with you on that.
You know
one.
what? And especially at this point now, it's been 30 years of cute little names for things. You know what I mean?
Not everything needs a cool name.
Right.
I agree with that. It can just be a broadcast.
It can just be a broadcast. It can just be a giveaway.
Yeah.
It can just be a concert.
Right.
It doesn't. Just because the concert falls around Thanksgiving doesn't mean it has to be the turkey leg showdown. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I've been burned out on that from day one. I've had to sit in meetings where we try to come up with a wacky, punny name for what we have coming up next. Just call it a thing. It's just a thing that we're doing. It doesn't have to be the Jingle Bells Santa Claus sleigh ride live concert.
I really do like hams and eggs.
You can just call it that. We don't have to officially title it.
Oh, man, it could just...
Oh,
it,
no.
It just sends my blood pressure through the roof.
Hopefully people were listening earlier. Oh, no. Hot Cocoa She's has said that I'm pun stuck. Nick, can you help me get unstuck?
Oh, no. All right, we got to get going. Oh, my God. Look what time it is. We got to get going. I'm going to save these two. I'm just going to up and save them.
I like when you do that. You know why? Because then it saves you some stress today. 2 less stories to edit.
It does. Do you have any kind of a punny, radio-y name for the end of this segment, Josh? We're leaving a little early. We have 2 stories remaining that I didn't.
Are we
get
really
to.
leaving? Early?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about we're leaving on time. If I continued on, we would run late. So should we call it the squirrely early half-ass morning show?
Yeah, why not?
Stupid news finale.
Rundown.
Yeah. Radio.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Ben, I know you got an opinion on this. Panthers three-peat this year. What do you think?
If you say so. I mean, good luck to them. Are you asking me if I'm going to be watching?
No, I know you'll be watching, of course, because you work for ESPN. You'll be watching Friday night.
There is zero chance I'll be watching. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Where will you be?
I will be somewhere, but there's zero chance I'll be watching.
All right, thanks, Ben. We'll be watching. Thanks for the ratings.
That's pretty great.
That friggin' cracks me up. The NHL regular season starts next week, you know. So during yesterday's baseball game on ESPN, the Cubs and Padres, they tried to do a little cross-promotion. Next week, ESPN is showing some triple header at the start of the NHL season. Some triple header that's going to include the Florida Panthers, the reigning champions, and they're going to raise the cup banner, you know, that whole gimmick. So the lead announcer, Kevin Brown, is talking to the other commentators, one of them being a former big league pitcher by the name of Ben McDonald. Kevin Brown says, hey, so do you think the Panthers can three-peat? And this Ben McDonald wasn't afraid to just take a piss all over
His own employer.
Hey, just take a dump all over this cross-promotion. And Ben McDonald says, if you're asking me if I'm going to be watching, the answer is no. There'll be zero chance I'm watching the NHL triple header next week. The lead announcer, as you heard at the end, is like, yeah, well, thanks a lot for the help. Thanks for helping out with the stupid promo we had to cut right there.
And his employer pays so much money for the rights to air those NHL games, too.
You know, he wants to be the baseball hard-on guy. Well, of course I won't be watching hockey. I'm a baseball guy. It came off funny. He's probably going to get a talking to, but that's funny.
I think he was trying to be funny, don't you?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know Ben McDonald at all. I don't know the guy. I don't know. Yesterday was the first time I've heard him, you know, cover a game. So, I don't know. Maybe he's just being a dick, which I have an appreciation for.
Yeah, you like that kind of thing.
I do. Yesterday's baseball playoffs, the Tigers and the friggin' Padres and the Yankees won. So, those 3 series, Tigers Guardians, Padres Cubs, Yankees Red Sox, will all play a deciding Game 3 today in the wild card round. The Dodgers are all done with the Cincinnati Reds. Tonight's version of Thursday Night Football will feature the San Francisco 49ers playing with the Los Angeles Rams. And if you think that isn't a big deal in my household, you got another thing coming.
Well, we used to love to ram it when we did football picks together.
I still ram it.
Yeah, I like to ram it.
I do.
For old time's sake.
I'll go ahead and ram it. Just close my eyes. And we got to take a break. Josh's news report is coming up next.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Thank you for calling the Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas make socks, slippers, tees, and underwear made with the highest quality materials. Press 1 for comfort, 2 for style, 3 for donation.
You chose style. Bombas is styles for whatever you enjoy. You can run in Bombas, lounge in Bombas, dress them up, dress them down, but always give back in Bombas. Because with every item purchased, another is donated. Bombas, comfort worth calling for. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
93X rocks.
Oh, Lord, please.
93X.
I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And I ran in the bathroom because I was too afraid.
We got a nice calm base. We don't need all that here.
There are plenty of ways to build camaraderie with your coworkers. Sharing happy hours, pizza Fridays, or even shared complaints about meetings. But sharing...
I like funny tie day.
Funny tie, sure.
Yeah, I like it real casual like that.
Wild pajama day, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But sharing a closet to dodge imaginary bullets is a bad way to bond. A scare about a supposed shooting which prompted a lockdown at New Jersey's largest military base was a hoax, created by a civilian employee who wanted to, quote, trauma bond with her colleagues.
Well, you got to explain this one to me. I'm not sure what happened.
The lockdown went into effect just before 11 a.m. Tuesday at the massive installation, one of the biggest military bases in the country. According to a criminal complaint, Malika Brittenham, a civilian working for the Naval Air Warfare Center, sent a text at about 10:15 a.m. claiming a shooter was on the base. She said she heard 5 or 6 gunshots and was hiding in a closet with her coworkers. The person she texted called the base's operations center and then 911, repeating her claims. That set off a lockdown, which lasted about an hour before base officials determined there was never a shooter. Prosecutors say she later told investigators she staged the hoax because she felt ostracized at work, and she thought that going through a frightening situation together might help her form a closer bond with her colleagues.
Dude.
Wacko.
She didn't want to invite him over for mimosas or something.
Let's go out and watch the ball game.
Now she faces charges. Yeah, do the potato sack races in the quad.
Right.
She's facing charges now for knowingly spreading false information about an active shooter who never existed. Yeah, I don't think there's one person who's going to be friends with her at this point. She
wow. Trauma bond
is
what
she called it. She called it trauma bonding.
Lady, what are you doing?
In likely the worst decision connected to the team since the franchise traded away Micah Parsons, a Cowboys fan from North Texas was taken into custody after firing a gun at another patron during his team's 40-40 tie with the Green Bay Packers Sunday night.
At the ballpark?
No, this was at a bar.
Oh.
Because he didn't like how the other guy was looking at him.
Like pow, 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 pow. And then that was the end of it. And then it was maybe about 5 minutes later, we heard the sirens.
For most fans, the action stayed on the field. But for 53-year-old David Collum, the action moved tableside just after 10 p.m. Sunday at the Thirsty Turtle, a sports bar and grill tucked away in a Dallas suburb. According to police, he got increasingly agitated at a fellow patron's supposed stare down. Words were exchanged, then came the sharp crack of gunfire. Fortunately for everyone, however, like Carson Wentz, when you need him most, he couldn't hit his target.
Restaurants around there, children, family goes in there. What if a stray bullet would have hit a child or someone? It's scary to think that one of them could have got shot.
Police say no injuries were reported, nor which team the other man was rooting for.
Friggin' crackpots everywhere.
NBC Sports, by the way, announced yesterday the Packers-Cowboys game on NBC Sunday Night Football earned the top audience of the week in the NFL. Micah Parsons' return to Dallas averaged 26.9 million viewers across NBC and Peacock, also marking the highest audience for an overtime Sunday Night Football game since 2006.
The game was hilarious.
I didn't see a minute of it. What was so funny
It was just back and forth, and then it ends in a 40-40 tie.
That's kind of cute when they tie at 40-40.
It's tragic when a tail-wagging companion meets its end on the asphalt. But the way one Texas man handled his heartbreak was less grieving pet owner and more complete psychopath.
Oh, no.
Police say 22-year-old Alberto Hernandez is accused of forcing a driver who accidentally struck his dog to not only play Undertaker in the backyard, but also play banker at a nearby ATM. According to an arrest report, the driver was just heading home when fate and fur collided. After the sickening thud, he pulled over, no doubt shaken. Almost immediately, a pickup stopped behind him. Hernandez stepped out, pointed a gun at him, and threatened to shoot. Terrified, the man said he pleaded for his life, saying, "I've got a wife and kids." Hernandez then forced him at gunpoint to pick up the dog's body from the ditch and carry it into his yard.
Whoa.
He then took the man's phone and keys, keeping the weapon trained on him while demanding he dig a hole to bury the pet. But it didn't end there. The victim told police Hernandez went inside his home, came back out with a rifle, and ordered him to walk back to the vehicles. From there, Hernandez forced the man into his own truck and directed him to an ATM.
Police say Hernandez initially brandished a handgun before returning with an AR-style rifle. Video from the ATM reportedly shows the transaction taking place while the passenger holds a gun.
Shaken and scared to death, as he later described, the victim withdrew $200 and handed it over. He said Hernandez also snapped a picture of his driver's license, warning that he knew where he lived if he didn't pay more money later.
Dude.
All right.
You know, the way I see it, Josh, this dog made a great sacrifice. This dog dying allowed the authorities to put this ball bag in jail.
I'm starting to think he, wanted his dog to get hit so that he could do all of this.
For the scam?
Yeah.
That would be an elaborate plan.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah, I love it,
Sucks.
too. So they talked to his mom, and the mom, was very, I saw exactly what happened. Definitely. Take this guy to jail. He's a douchebag, and he's my son, and I hate him. There was some editorializing there a little bit, but she did turn him in. It was a sweltering afternoon in late June when Joseph Wells took a friend's black lab out for a walk in Pennsylvania. The dog had already gone twice in its yard, so Wells figured 2 bags was more than enough. But the pair made their way down an alley near Mark Wesner's apartment.
Mark Wesner?
This lab's stomach had other plans. Struggling with diarrhea, the dog stopped right in Wesner's front door and left a mess that Wells hadn't expected. Wells said he called out to reassure the man watching from nearby that he'd grab another bag and be back to clean it up. "I didn't think I was going to need a third bag," he explained later in court. But before he could leave, things took a turn. According to Wells' testimony, Wesner came at him yelling, cursing, and tossing out threats. "You'll clean it up now with your bare effing hands," Wells remembered him shouting.
Whoa.
Then Wesner threatened that if Wells didn't smear his own face in the doggy diarrhea, he would kill him. When Wells tried to turn away, Wesner charged. The impact knocked him over the lab, and though Wells held on tight to the leash, the fall aggravated an old neck injury and left him with a broken finger.
Oh, my God.
As he lay on the ground, he said Wesner stood over him, taunting and repeating the same threat. "I'll smear your face in that dog crap." That encounter, back on June 30th, is now at the center of a case against 60-year-old Wesner, who faces simple assault and harassment charges. Inside the courtroom Tuesday, the tension from that summer afternoon seemed to spill over. More than once, the judge had to quiet him down when he spoke out of turn. He reacted out loud to Wells' account, disputing that the dog's accident was really an accident, and he groaned in disbelief when Wells repeated the death threats. "Oh, my effing God," Wesner blurted out at one point, prompting the judge to cut him off. "You got to sit there quietly," the judge warned. "You're not doing yourself any favors," he said. Meanwhile, Wesner's attorney made an attempt to have the assault charge dismissed. The judge disagreed, deciding the matter would proceed to county court, where the case and the story of a dog walk gone violently wrong will continue to unfold.
I knew this Wesner guy was going to be a problem from the get-go.
He wanted him to rub his face in the diarrhea?
You will eat that cat poop.
I will not
kind of
eat
a
that
thing.
cat poop.
Yeah.
And he thought the guy weaponized his dog's or the friend's dog's digestive system. Hey, crap in that stranger's doorway.
Oh, man.
I mean, you can see that. The guy, it's not his dog. He's not a dog owner. He thinks, well, he crapped twice in the yard. I'll grab 2 bags, be overly prepared.
Just another psycho waiting for a reason. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he was waiting for somebody to take out his bad day on.
And for the millionth time, I just don't understand why people run so hot over the idea of a dog taking a dump in your yard. I don't get it.
Yeah, we never cared when I was younger.
My wife might disagree with me, but it really doesn't bother me at all if your dog takes a deuce in my yard and whether you clean it up or not. But from one end of town to the other, people are just cutting each other to pieces over this.
In Grant County, Washington, a 3-year-old boy stumbled upon what he thought was the ultimate backyard toy, except this toy has a tendency to explode. The tiny explorer proudly toted the object inside Monday, blissfully unaware he was lugging a live hand grenade. The family placed a frantic phone call to 911, who sent the bomb squad, who confirmed the toddler's treasure was no toy at all. It was a very real, very live World War II-era grenade.
Grant County, back in the day, had 2 military bases, one in Moses Lake at the site of where the international airport is, and then also in Ephrata, where the airport is. That was an Army air base back during World War II. So it's not uncommon to find artifacts on either of those properties.
Authorities don't know how the grenade ended up in the particular family's front yard, but said it was obvious it faced decades of weathering the elements.
Trying to put a finger on exactly how long this thing was is just like you and I, bomb techs and regular civilians going, well, that's been in the dirt for a long time.
The relic was finally retired for good when technicians safely removed and disposed of it. And yesterday in Medina, someone found 50 sticks of dynamite on their property, prompting an emergency neighborhood and bowel evacuation. According to the Medina Police Department, just after 11:30 a.m., a resident reported finding a container of 50 sticks of dynamite in an old garage while cleaning it out. Authorities issued an evacuation of the immediate area as the Minneapolis bomb squad arrived and removed the dynamite. It's not known why these sticks were in the garage in the first place or how long they had been there.
My damn.
Unless they look like the cartoons, I don't know if I'd recognize dynamite. Does it look just like the
Yeah,
cartoons?
it
Does
would
it look
have
like
to.
Looney Tunes?
Yeah, I've never seen it in real life. I'm assuming that's what it must look like. A drunk, reckless joyride in Arizona ended in disaster when a stolen pickup truck flipped during a high-speed wrong-way chase, and the driver behind the wheel was a 13-year-old girl. With an 11-year-old passenger riding shotgun, the teen tore down a Flagstaff interstate about 100 miles an hour against traffic. She finally cut back to the right side of the road, but the run didn't last long. Around 1 a.m., the pickup veered off course, slammed into a guardrail, rolled over and over and over again, finally crumpled against a tree. The crash was so violent, the steering wheel was torn from the frame. When the dust settled, the young driver's blood alcohol content tested at 0.183. We're thankful.
Got a couple of underage beers in there.
Yeah,
huh?
a couple of Four Locos or something. We're thankful. It seems like something a kid would drink.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Tastes like juice.
We're thankful the kids are okay, but this could have ended way worse, authorities wrote in a Facebook post, adding the vehicle had been reported stolen earlier that day and had fled from officers even before the crash. And the Arizona case wasn't the only teen speeding with some scandal this week. On Monday, nearly 1,600 miles away in Georgia, police pulled over another teen, this time a 15-year-old in his mother's BMW, after radar clocked him at 111 miles per hour on the interstate, and he had an unexpected passenger, his mother. When asked why he was driving so fast, the teen casually explained he saw open roadway and wanted to see how fast the car could go. His mom admitted she allowed him to take the wheel, and she left the roadside encounter with her own citation for letting an unauthorized minor drive.
This 13-year-old gal you mentioned first, she was drunk behind the wheel going 100 miles an hour. She got a DWI.
I don't know what they're going to charge her with.
Are authorities going to take her kids away?
I don't know if she has any kids. It's pretty young. But I'd imagine, yeah, she's an unfit mother at this point. A Florida man found himself in handcuffs after police say they caught him flying down the road in his Corvette Stingray convertible at 107 miles an hour. Now, while that's nowhere near the car's top speed, crossing the 100-mile-per-hour mark in Florida triggers the state's newly introduced super speeder law, which means the driver wasn't just looking at a ticket, but the very real possibility of jail time and some hefty fines. And all of this, believe it or not, started with a haircut. 57-year-old Michael Stanek explained the reason he was in such a hurry was simple. He was late for his haircut appointment.
Oh, no.
But the officer, perhaps hoping he misheard, repeated the excuse. Stanek then added, but, you know, this car's kind of cool to drive.
Why are you going so fast?
I have an appointment with my barber.
You have an appointment with your barber?
New Smyrna.
In New Smyrna. So,
you know, that car's kind of cool to drive.
So you go 107 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic, putting other people's lives in danger.
As you could hear, the officer was unimpressed and made it clear that driving over 100 in Florida isn't just speeding, it's a criminal offense. So instead of making it to the barber, Stanek was informed he'd be going to jail and his Corvette would be towed away.
Now you get to go to jail for the night.
For the night?
For the night, yeah. You know, Florida, it's criminal to go over 100 miles an hour.
I did it.
Well, now, right? Now your car will be towed. Now you'll be going to jail.
Needless to say, this may turn out to be one of the most expensive haircuts in history. The penalties for a first offense, again, a first offense, can include up to 30 days in jail.
Holy cow.
A $500 fine, or both if they can't stand you.
I bet there's somebody in the yard that'll give him a nice haircut while he's in prison.
Yeah.
They'll braid it.
Yeah, there you go.
Does this guy look to have a $500, 30 days in jail, 107 mile per hour style haircut?
No, not necessarily.
Nothing special about it?
No, nothing really.
A gal friend of mine went to jail for a stretch of time. And when she got out, it was, I don't know, a couple weeks or something. When she got out, she's walking out the joint. Her husband is there to pick her up, and her hair is all braided, you know.
That's incredible.
And her husband says, "What the hell? What happened to you?" And she said, "There was nothing I could do about it." She said when she walked in to the ladies' cooler, the first chair she sat on, a bunch of women just gathered around her and started braiding her hair. And she said, "Well, no, thanks, ladies. I don't want." And they said, "Just sit there," and they braided her hair.
Yeah, I'd probably let it happen too.
Oh man, maybe you had to be there, but I love that story. She just said, "Hey, I was new. You know, it was my first day in jail."
Did you just go to spring break in Mexico?
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't going to argue
I was in
with
the
them,
clink.
But she said they just instantly just pounced and started. One gal had the back of her hair, one gal had her bangs, and they started braiding it up, and that was just the end of that.
Last weekend in Florida, police spotted a Toyota Camry racing a motorcycle at 3 a.m. The Camry was clocked at 124 miles per hour.
Jesus.
Not exactly what you'd expect from a family sedan.
Organ donors.
When officers finally pulled him over and asked why he was driving so fast, he explained he was in a different kind of race, one against his bladder. He said he had to use the bathroom, which may have been believable had the cops not noticed that he passed multiple gas stations in a blur while racing. They are still looking for that motorcycle. Minneapolis turned on speed cameras at 5 intersections yesterday, and leaders say their arrival is one piece of the city's initiative to end deaths and severe injuries resulting from crashes. Officials said more than 40 people have died in crashes in the past few years due to speeding.
Our goal truly is here to slow down drivers, to make sure that there are consequences for speeding along our city streets, and create a safer environment for all people.
Cameras snap photos of the rear license plate of drivers detected going over 10 miles per hour or faster of the speed limit. The system then mails a ticket to the driver. By next year, 11 more cameras are expected to be up and running. In addition to speeding, they'll be used to nab drivers running red lights. Under the pilot, the network of cameras could grow to as many as 42 in the next 4 years. When it comes to enforcement, the city plans to start gently. Drivers will get a warning the first time they're caught speeding, but after that, fines kick in.
For the first 30 days, violators will get a warning, but citations come after that. Fines start at $40 and go up for higher speeds. However, the city says this isn't an effort about revenue, it's about safety. So all money collected will go back into the program.
Starting in November, citations will come with the $40 fine. That doubles to $80 for motorists going more than 20 over the speed limit. Drivers will be able to contest citations, however.
Under the state law, if you provide a sworn statement that you were not driving at the time of the violation, then you would not be liable for the citation.
First-time offenders also have an option to take a free traffic safety class instead of paying that fine.
Nope, paying the money.
I want to take a free traffic safety class.
Yeah, you might learn something.
What the hell?
I'd take that too.
I got nothing going on tomorrow.
Yeah, will they let me do it or do they say go run a red light first and we'll get you into this
then
thing?
come back.
Yeah, it ends up being like 4 months long, 3 nights a week.
It's free.
Yeah, why not? Continue your education. You'll just get better behind the wheel. Paul Tuttle Jr. of American Chopper, 51 today.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I used to watch the heck out of that show.
Never
Loved it.
saw
Same
it.
here. My dad would always have that on.
I
Never
loved it.
friggin' saw it.
So I don't think it is, but then again, they've had like a spin-off or two, so maybe there's something there.
So angry all the time.
Yeah, they hate and love each other at the same time.
Yeah, I heard he thinks he's a tough guy.
He kind of comes across that way.
He looks pretty tough.
Best of luck to, is it Allianz? I've never heard it pronounced out loud.
there you go.
Nice. Allianz Life Jesus, who had an interview for a big promotion yesterday. Hope you get it. Happy 40th to Fabrication Jesus. Happy belated birthday to Aria, or I knew I was going to screw this up. Aradesha. Aradesa. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you got Allianz, 1 for 2. Yeah.
Aradesa. From I Throw Dodgeballs at Kids for a Living Jesus. Happy birthday to Quentin from Dad. There's only one Jesus, and it's not me, Jesus. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I'm gonna ride with Fee always because she knows, obviously she's a business girly and she has her own stuff going on. But moving forward, we got to continue to stand on business as we talk about this CBA negotiation.
All right, that there is the sound of a WNBA player by the name of Aja Wilson. She says she rides with Fee. And I think that means she agrees with Nafisa Collier of the Minnesota Lynx about all this. The referees suck and the leadership sucks and all that. The WNBA, the angriest league in all of professional sport.
They sure come across that way.
And I'm becoming a bigger fan by the damn day, by the minute. Hello, Randy Shaver.
Good morning.
Hello, Randy Shaver. Here we go with this, that, the other thing, the wild card baseball games yesterday.
Yes.
I'll tell you, we're looking at 3 winner-take-all ball games today.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Dodgers are just such a dominant team right now.
Doesn't it make you sick?
Well, I mean, it's the best team money can buy, right?
Right.
I mean, they're just dominating it, and now they're saying that Ohtani will start Game 1 of the NLDS as a pitcher. So, I mean, they just have everything going for them right now. But I love the Yankee-Boston series. I watched it again last night. Very good game, fun to watch. Both teams are, I mean, it's right down to the wire with those two teams. They're very close.
Also, but you admit, I don't know.
I'm cheering for Boston. That's what you're
You
asking.
have to, of course. No. But you said you're enjoying it.
I am enjoying it. I think it's fun. I love October baseball. It's
I do too, but it's tough to enjoy a Red Sox-Yankees series. It's very tough to enjoy that.
Actually, not for me because I just love the games inside the game. In watching these two teams and the managers and
the details, the intricacies,
the decisions of the bullpen and who to throw and the pinch hitting situations. This Nate Lowe has come in twice now for Boston and had an impact. And I don't know, it's just fun.
So Tigers,
I can't get into the afternoon ones because I got other stuff going on, so I kind of miss those. But I sit down about 4 o'clock or whenever it is when the Yankee series starts and
other stuff going on like an old man nap.
No.
It's a couch nap with a mouth open snoring.
Yeah,
I got stuff going on. So,
you're
anyway.
the kind of guy that likes to stay busy. Yeah, the Tigers and Guardians are all squared up and ready to play a winner-take-all ball game today. Cleveland won yesterday 6-1.
Who's pitching in that series today? Do you have that?
I don't have that in front of me.
I'm going to look.
The other 2 series to play a deciding third game today.
Flaherty against Ciccone. Darvish against Jamison Tyon. And somebody I've never heard of, Connolly Early for Boston against your guy, Cam Schlittler.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Schlittler. Yeah. The Boston thing sounds like
two pitchers are like, ooh.
Well, we've all heard of Schlittler.
Well,
we've talked about him on the program. Has. The Boston thing sounds like a bullpen thing.
Connolly Early.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
The LA Dodgers move on now to take on the Milwaukee Brewers whenever they get around to the next.
Oh, that's a great series. Oh, man.
The next set of games. But this is cool. Okay, 3 winner-take-all ball games. I can go along with that. By damn, I can. Oh, by the way, in the Tigers game against the Guardians, they had a franchise playoff record 15 men left on base.
Oh.
They went 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position. And some of you are saying, wait a minute, I thought the Twins season was over. No, this is the Tigers who went 1 for 50. In the Padres-Cubs game, one of San Diego's relief pitchers, a feller, young kid by the name of Mason Miller, threw a 104.5-mile-per-hour pitch.
That's the former Athletics closer.
Yeah.
Who they traded for. Yeah.
Yeah. A 104.5-mile-per-hour pitch. Apparently, that's some sort of record.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, look at you, stuffed animal, the State Fair speed gun.
We're going to get to watch our former Twins jump into the playoffs when the Phillies get started.
You got your Harrison Bader. You got your big old closer. I can't think of his name.
Duran. And you got your Max Kepler.
You got Max Kepler, the strudel.
Oh, I miss him.
I have to admit, I have not seen what the strudel looks like in a Phillies uniform. I never saw him play this season.
Looks good.
Does he look? How's he doing? What's he doing with his hair these days? Anything different?
No, it's about the same.
All right.
I like when he lets it grow out.
I would if I were him.
So beautiful.
I would if I were him.
Gosh, I miss you.
Ashley, you're a married woman at this point.
That sounded half endearing and half creepy.
It sounded like you were about to leave your husband and baby for him.
He's on my hall pass list.
How long is that list these days?
It's not that long.
It's a long haul for my wife, I'll tell you what. That's one big building.
But he is number one.
Yeah, here's someone telling me that the Dodgers play the Phillies now. I thought it was Milwaukee. Okay, sorry. Dodgers play the Phillies now. Another listener texted in to say he feels like he could take Schlittler.
Yeah, that's right. The Dodgers play the Phillies.
The latest big league manager to lose his job is Brian Snitker, who managed the Atlanta Braves. I mean, just 3 years ago, they won the World Series.
Yeah,
but now they didn't make the
hard times.
We need a new voice. That line's getting kind of tired.
Yeah.
You know what it is? We need a new voice. Forget that the guy skippered you guys when you won a World Series. It's obviously not working anymore. I get so tired of that crap. Sounds like he's going to stay with the organization in some kind of old-timey advisory capacity. Brian Snitker is the latest. We played this audio earlier and had a lot of fun with it, Randy Shaver. So NHL begins their regular season next week. During yesterday's Cubs-Padres game, the announcers tried to get in a little cross-promotion for the NHL. The lead announcer by the name of Kevin Brown said to his commentators, one of them being a former pitcher by the name of Ben McDonald, Kevin Brown said, hey, next week the NHL fires up their regular season on ESPN with a triple header, including the champion Florida Panthers. You can watch them raise the Stanley Cup banner for a second year in a row. Then Kevin Brown made the mistake. He didn't know it, but he made the mistake by asking baseball analyst Ben McDonald if he would be watching this coverage on ESPN.
Ben, I know you got an opinion on this. Panthers three-peat this year. What do you think?
If you say so. I mean, good luck to them. Are you asking me if I'm going to be watching?
No, you'll be watching, of course, because you work for ESPN. You'll be watching Friday night.
There is zero chance I'll be watching. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Where will you be?
I will be somewhere, but there's zero chance I'll be watching.
All right, thanks, Ben. We'll be watching. Thanks for the rating.
Yeah, thanks for the help, douchebag.
I love it.
That's funny.
That's pretty good.
Trying to cross-promote the NHL. Hey, color commentator. Throw something in to help me out. Oh, yeah, I won't be watching that garbage.
Fake it. Yeah, at least fake it.
He couldn't even fake it.
In his defense, I now know that ESPN has a triple header on opening night. I probably would not have found out that information otherwise.
Without that clip?
Yeah.
Ben McDonald
said. Yeah, you're right. He could say, oh, yeah, I bet people are excited about that.
Right.
He could have left himself out.
A lot of things he could have said. Instead, he took a massive dump all over the National Hockey League.
Just being honest.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's still funny. Thanks, man, the lead announcer said.
Well, of course you'll be watching. You work for ESPN.
Now, here's another layer to this that we didn't cover earlier. So Ben McDonald takes a deuce all over the beginning of the NHL season next week and ESPN's triple header coverage. ESPN hockey announcer John Buccigross was quick to respond to this on social media. He tweeted Ben McDonald and said, this is John Buccigross, 0 is also how many postseason innings Ben McDonald pitched in his big league career.
Oh, no.
That's pretty cute.
That is good.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's tough.
Oh, man. John Buccigross, whatever the hell. I know who he is. I just always struggled with his name. That's a good shot.
That's a very good shot, yes.
And this article notes that later on last night, during the Red Sox-New York Yankees game, different set of announcers. The same promo was read, and nobody made a sound. I'm not touching this at all. I'm not going to say one thing or the other.
I just looked it up, too. ESPN spent $2.8 billion to get the rights to the NHL.
Whoa. Wow. Billion.
Yep.
It's been a while, hasn't it, since ESPN? Yeah. I mean, I remember they were really locked in to the National Hockey League in the 90s. Then it went away, and they went pretty much all baseball and basketball.
Hockey fans got really annoyed that once ESPN stopped showing the games, they also stopped pretty much showing highlights during SportsCenter.
Oh, hell yeah.
It would just be a little blip at the end, you know?
Oh, God. SportsCenter, you know, the main show, the nightly show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame what's happened to that program. It used to be so much fun. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Scott Van Pelt or whoever these guys are. It's just different. They start with the East Coast, and they go from there, and maybe they might have some time to, you know what I mean? They start with the Lakers and the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Dallas Cowboys. They always start with that. They give you about 40 minutes of that, and if you're still able to stick around, maybe they'll get to some of the smaller market, you know. They know who butters their bread.
This is how much I loved it in the 90s. I'd wake up before school. I'd set an alarm so I could watch SportsCenter live, and I would also put in a blank VHS tape and record it so I could watch it when I got home from school.
Right.
Jeez.
And we'd get on the bus. I'm like, oh, it was Stuart Scott and Rich Eisen today. It was awesome. Like, that's how big me and my buddies were in SportsCenter back in the day.
That was an awesome show.
It was.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
You're right, though. Like in high school and stuff, that's what everybody would talk about. Oh,
Yeah.
did you see this? Did you watch this part?
Obviously, you didn't have any other options back then.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't get on your phone and just read or watch videos. Anyway, here's an interesting question from a listener to me. How would I handle cross-promoting a golf event? Well, on this particular program, I know that we have the freedom to kick anything around, you know. We can be as loose as we want to be, and I can take a huge dump all over golf. Because I know there's guys like Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder or Ashley that will play the other role. If I'm on ESPN, I guess I just have to grin and act like I gave a rat's ass.
Sure.
Of course, we all know the Pigs signed the Russian kid to, for now, the richest contract in NHL history. General Manager Bill Guerin had a cute comment about this deal now. They announced the deal officially at a press conference yesterday. The Russian kid was sitting there. Bill Guerin was there as well, of course. Someone from the heartless media asked the Russian kid if he's excited about his new contract, and Bill Guerin had a cute line.
Excited? Fucking better be. It doesn't matter.
Are you excited about your new contract? Before the Russian kid could say a word, Bill Guerin gave a serious look to that reporter and said he effing better be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
Like you were saying yesterday, that dude had some sleepless nights this summer.
Oh, yeah. Not a solid bowel movement for months.
He did look a lot more relaxed than he's looked in a long time yesterday.
Yeah. Popping a couple extra blue pills, you know. Defenseman Eric Johnson has retired from hockey. 17 years in the National Hockey League.
He's a Minnesota guy, right?
Well, yeah. He grew up right here in town. He's a former Golden Gopher.
Yeah. He played a long time. Wow.
I always thought he was underestimated, underappreciated as a player. Big kid, terrific all-around defenseman Erik Johnson. Number 1 overall in the 2006 NHL draft. The St. Louis Blues drafted him. He played there a handful of years, but the majority of his time he spent with the Colorado Avalanche. Did I mention he won the Cup? Yeah, a few years ago.
Yep.
He played for the Blues. He played for the Avalanche. He played for the Sabres. He played for the Argonauts. This I had forgotten. In the 2009 NHL season, when Erik Johnson was still with the Blues, he suffered a serious knee injury in a golf cart accident.
Oh, no.
Oh, I did not remember that.
You got any stories, Randy?
Nope.
Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing comes to mind. You're right, Josh.
I had forgotten this. I don't have a lot of details, but he tore his knee to pieces in a golf cart accident when his foot got stuck under the accelerator pedal.
Oh
my gosh.
And I'm guessing, he somehow fell half out the cart, but his leg stayed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know a guy who got in a golf cart accident so bad his damn leg almost came off, and he had to cancel his wedding.
Oh.
It's crazy. I mean, it seems like you hear more and more about that kind of thing. I have a friend who was at a golfing event for work, and he was driving the golf cart. His coworker was hammered, fell out, broken back. Out of work for 6 months.
Oh, my gosh.
People pass away. It's crazy.
I mean, the dude that I just referenced, he effing around. A lot of liquor involved. There's no reason to lie. And it was one of those deals where he crashed the cart. The majority of his body fell out. His leg stayed in there.
Oh, my
I mean, he almost bled out.
Wow.
Had to cancel the wedding.
Nick, you're working for ESPN.
Yes.
They just signed a major deal with Adam Sandler. It's a 6-movie deal exclusive to ESPN. You're the color commentator. They throw it to you. Can you pretend you're interested?
It's going to be difficult, but Josh, as you know, I am a professional.
You are a professional.
Got to grin and bear it.
Difficult. Worst case scenario right there. Worst case scenario. I probably light him up and get canned. I light him up and get canned. What else is going on here? Oh, by the way, back to Erik Johnson, retiring from hockey. 17 years in the league. He was a fan favorite in Denver there, playing for the Lanch. And it says here his most iconic moment may have taken place away from the ice. In... what the hell year was this? When they won the Cup. What did I say? 2021. Okay. No, pardon me. Where was it? Yeah, 2021, when the Lanch won the Cup. At their Stanley Cup parade, which we may or may not ever see here in the Twin Cities. At their Stanley Cup parade, he led the crowd, thousands and thousands of people, in singing the old Blink 182 song, All the Small Things, because that was the team's theme song that season. So they say that might have been his most iconic moment, is he took the mic with the sea of fans and he led them in singing that horrible, horrible old fake punk rock song.
And they still sing it during intermission every home game.
Did they play that on our booze cruise a couple weeks back? Did Gel perform that one?
If they did, I must have missed it.
Okay. I heard that they might, so I made sure I knew it, just in case so I could get up there and pretend I was really into it to annoy Nick.
You're practicing.
I know he's not a fan.
Just
watching the YouTube video with lyrics.
Just makes my skin crawl instantly. The dude's delivery. I know I've covered this before. All the small fiends. Immediately, my blood pressure skyrockets.
I was standing next to Nick before he went up and he drummed a song with Gel. And you were standing there and you said, well, what song are you going to play after I'm done? And I said, I think I might just launch into a 12-minute Travis Barker drum solo.
And I think I looked into your eyes and said, F you.
Yep, very much.
Yeah.
Zelda Master Jesus wants to know, Nick.
Yes?
You're working for ESPN.
They've rehired me now after the Sandler incident.
Yeah, they had to. There was apparently there was wrongful termination.
Yeah.
Then you're at a game, right? Pick whatever sport you want.
Let's go with basketball. I love basketball.
ESPN is very proud to present singing the national anthem Adam Sandler with the Mighty Mighty Boston.
Oh, my God. I'm gone. I take off my headset and I walk away.
One of the country's highest honors. He's singing the national anthem, our national anthem.
Not only is Adam Sandler there, but a ska band is there. No way I can get through that. No way I can get through it. I would stand and respect the anthem, of course.
Yep.
And then I'm out of there. All right, Randy Shaver. Strange to me that this guy continues to be talked about, but it's out there, which means there's got to be somebody who wants this information, and that's good enough for me. Before we get into it, I have to go after the folks at Bro Bible. They're not the only ones who have gone overboard on this. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Folks are doing this all wrong. The headline here on Bro Bible says, hockey legend Sean Avery has co-authored a romance novel. Okay, please stop doing this. Please stop using the term legend so loosely.
Right.
Remember we talked about this?
Oh, we have, yes.
It's not right. Sean Avery is not a legend, for Christ's sake.
In this case, I was wondering if they're more referring to his personality.
No. I would like to believe that, Josh, but they're doing this with everybody.
No, I totally understand, but I was kind of wondering because they highlight his personality and stuff, so I thought maybe that's what they're referring to.
I don't know. I'll give him credit for being unique. He did a lot of unique things on and off the ice. He ran his yapper better than most, but he is not a legend. It's just ridiculous how casually people use that word. Anyway.
Right.
Sean Avery, middle-of-the-road tough guy in the NHL, off and on for about 10 years in the early 2000s. He's gotten involved in writing, at least he's got one complete. He's written a romance novel. Are those still popular?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey, for example.
A lot of, I think her name is Colleen Hoover. Or Hover, something like that.
Oh, we have a lot of those books on our bookshelf at home, Ashley.
Yeah, it's kind of like a romance, dirty romance.
I'll tell you what, I got a buddy whose wife is in a book club, and anytime they move to one of those romance novels...
In a book club?
Well, it's an excuse to get together and drink.
Yeah, that's cool. I want to be a part of a book club.
So is golf.
And so once those romance novels come around, though, it's good for him, he said. Very good time in his life.
I bet.
Very good time.
So you read dirty books, Ashley?
No, I haven't. I like, I read a lot of like serial killer type books.
Yeah, that's fitting.
Like
that's the vibe I like.
Your wife reads serial killer material?
The one. Sorry, go ahead, Randy.
She watches all of those shows on TV.
I'm convinced there's not a murder that's happened in this country that my wife doesn't know everything about at this point.
Oh, yeah. The last book I read, if anybody's interested in that kind of stuff, was The Butcher in the Wren. It's a really, really good book.
And Dana, you say your wife also reads these dirty novels.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If we're talking books, Josh's book club here.
Yeah.
There's an author, Mark Greaney, and I just got into his Gray Man series. It's awesome. Some of the best stuff I've ever read. If you like those kind of novels, it's kind of, if you like Brad Thor, that kind of stuff, you'll really enjoy it. Absolutely awesome.
I did not know that reading was still a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I combine it. I call it hybriding because I listen to the audiobook and then I read when I can.
And I certainly did not think that romance novels were still a thing. I thought that was something from the 80s and 90s.
I'll tell you what. Now, keep in mind, pornography was not prevalent back when we were growing up. I worked at a grocery store.
It wasn't my dad's buddy's fish house.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy to get.
Yeah.
And so you would get turned down any way you could. And so I worked at a grocery store, and there's a huge racks of these books right by the checkout.
Oh, yeah.
And it was all Lorenzo Lamas, right, with this shirt undone and long hair.
Oh, yeah.
And so we'd pay attention to the women who would kind of like bypass the produce aisle, maybe pick out a cucumber or something, and then go grab one of these books. And we'd pay attention to what they were doing.
That turned you on?
Well, we enjoyed watching it because like, ooh, who's going to read these things? And it was always like the same 5 or 6 girls, but it was pretty cool to watch. Those books, I think they make an insane amount of money.
Well, this Sean Avery, former NHL player, he's co-written a romance novel. It's called Summer Skate. And it's about a hockey player who gets a BJ or something.
I'm sure that's exactly what happens. It's a very short book.
That is romantic.
He's gotten into acting and whatnot since he retired, modeling. I remember hearing something about that.
He's a
now.
good-looking guy, I guess.
And you know what, Josh? That's the only reason why Sean Avery is still talked about, is because he's a handsome guy and he has a lot of money. You know how it is here in the States. If you're good-looking and wealthy, plebes will gravitate to you until the day that you die.
Yeah, that's why. And he's got an interesting personality. Obviously, he's writing romance novels. I'm getting texts wondering who I was talking about again. Mark Greaney is the name of the author, and it's the Gray Man series. It's awesome. Love it.
I mentioned that this Avery guy was unique. Randy Shaver, do you remember the Avery rule?
I don't. No.
The NHL had to incorporate a new rule, nearly 20 years ago because of Sean Avery. He gets on the ice. He's playing for the New York Rangers at the time in the playoffs. They're playing their biggest rival, the New Jersey Devils. Devils goaltender, of course, is all-timer Martin Brodeur. The Rangers are on the power play, and Avery did nothing. On his shift, he did nothing but stand directly nose-to-nose with Brodeur, with his back to everything else that was going on, and screened him. He's putting his stick blade in Brodeur's line of sight. He never played the puck. He had nothing to do with the power play other than standing nose-to-nose with Brodeur and screening him. And it was just so silly, no one had ever seen it before, that the NHL made a rule against it. He had that odd comment about sloppy seconds when he was a player. I'm guessing he's a very jealous guy. So Sean Avery, this is when he was playing for Dallas. Dallas is playing Calgary that evening. Calgary had a star defenseman for a while named Dion Phaneuf.
Oh, sure. Remember that name?
At this time, Dion Phaneuf was currently banging one of Sean Avery's ex-girlfriends, an actress by the name of Alicia Cuthbert, very gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
She dated a lot of hockey players.
Did she end up marrying?
She married one.
Did she?
Who'd she marry?
It's somebody notable, too. Let's see.
Jarrett Stoll.
Let me see.
Alicia Cuthbert from that movie where she's a porn star. What was that called again?
The Girl Next Door.
Yeah, Dion Phaneuf.
Wonderful movie. So she did marry Dion Phaneuf.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Stars are playing Calgary. Calgary has Dion Phaneuf. He's banging Alicia Cuthbert, which was Sean Avery's ex-girlfriend. Also at the same time, Jarrett Stoll, I don't know who he was playing for at the time, was dating Rachel Hunter, the model.
Yeah.
The model.
The model. Yeah.
Both of these women were ex-girlfriends of Sean Avery. So in the locker room before this Dallas Stars-Calgary Flames game, Sean Avery just steps in front of the microphones. The media didn't even ask him for a comment on anything. But he steps in front of the microphones and he says something like, hey, have you guys noticed that it's common for players in the league to fall in love with my sloppy seconds?
Oh, I hate when people call it that.
That's
it makes
pretty
it
rude.
seem
So
like
gross.
And the media,
like we're objects.
Disrespectful, exactly.
Yeah.
And the media said, well, what? What are you talking about?
All right, dude. Bye.
And he got in trouble for that. If there's anything that I really like about Sean Avery is that he also hates John Tortorella. Friggin' John Tortorella. Hey, guys. Have you noticed that there's a couple guys in the league that are banging my ex-girlfriend? I was there first. What are you, a seventh grader?
ESPN
Yes.
just bought the rights to Shoresy.
I was just going to bring this up.
And they asked Nick to cut a promo. Do you do it?
It's a story of a hockey club, is it not?
It is.
What is
Or wait, no. Yes, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is Shoresy again?
He's a hockey player.
And it's a spin-off of what?
Letterkenny.
Yeah, never saw it. Yeah, I have no problem with that, Josh, because it's a hockey program. I can find a way.
You do hate Shoresy, though, even though you haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it. The reason I hate Shoresy and anything connected to Shoresy is there was a stretch of time where I could not cross the room at my favorite bar without one of my stupid friends quoting the show. Remember when Shoresy said this? Remember when Shoresy said that? And I went nuts. I snapped. And it made me hate a program that I've never seen 4 seconds of.
Josh, I thought you brought it up because I thought somebody made the connection that Sean Avery was in the last season of Shoresy.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, this HVAC delivery Jesus sent that in. Maybe he knew that. I don't know.
Put me and Shoresy on the ice.
Some of the clips I've seen are pretty funny, though.
Oh, it's one of my favorite shows.
Speaking of my favorite neighborhood bar, Randy Shaver, we had such great luck the first time we combined Randy Shaver's Cancer Charity and the Wayzata American Legion. We've decided to make a run at it again, haven't we?
Yes, sir.
We've decided to make another run at this. We're encouraging folks to swing by the Post 118 Wayzata Legion, buy yourself a raffle ticket. You can get them at the bar, and you could end up one happy carnivore. You like carcass, don't you, Josh?
Oh, man. I'll put it in my mouth. Whatever you got.
You're a carnivore. You like carcass.
I sure do.
Swing by the Legion. Buy yourself a raffle ticket for $10. They're available now. The grand prize, a $600 freezer from Warner Stellian, and $800 worth of meat from Butcher's Deli in Victoria. You'll get a gift card for $800 worth of carcass. There'll be 2 other drawings for $100 Butcher's Deli gift cards. And the gift cards are provided in partnership with Swanson Meats. On November 2nd, during halftime of the big Vikings game, the winner's name will be drawn by Randy F. Me Running Sideways Shaver himself.
A local celebrity.
And he has agreed, Randy has, to get real drunk before this sumbitch gets going.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Totally wasted.
I was one of the most excited I've ever been in my life, and this is more so than my wedding, the birth of the kids, all that kind of stuff, was when I won a meat raffle, and you were with me, Nick.
Yeah.
And it ended in tragedy, unfortunately, as we watched all the chicken wings fly off the back of a snowmobile.
Oh, this story always breaks my heart.
Oh, I was so excited. I've never won anything like that ever before. And I won like 30 pounds of chicken wings.
That's insane.
And it just flew off the back of a snowmobile.
Oh, you stuffed them up. He stuffed them up the back of his jacket. It was just a big rack of wingy. Stuffed them up the back of your jacket. I thought that was going to work. I was trailing behind Cubby.
Seemed like it was, I cinched it at the
Seemed
bottom.
like a good idea at the time.
I was trailing behind Cubby on the snowmobile ride across Lake Mille Lacs as we were staying at Izades. And suddenly I saw all that wingy pour out the back of his jacket.
You're dodging it.
It looked like he was pooping raw chicken.
I was so defeated after that. I couldn't. I thought about just scooping it up.
But what cheered you up? Do you remember how I cheered you up?
No.
You were so depressed about losing all your wingy, and I said, but Cubby, think of all the foxes and raccoons and whatnot in the neighborhood that you will make. You have just made
That's
very,
true.
very...
It was a good treat for them. ESPN.
Yes, I'm working for ESPN.
Yes, you're once again. You are back. They've hired you back. This is from Wisco Maple Syrup Jesus. They just made a deal with Nathan's Hot Dogs and Heinz Ketchup, and you have to eat a hot dog with ketchup.
On the air?
On the air.
Not going to do it.
And pretend you enjoy it.
Nope, I'd rather eat a turd.
Gross.
It's not going to happen for me. Hot dog with ketchup? Am I older than 2?
Dude, whatever.
Come on.
It's so
Did
good.
I just say hot dog on ketchup? What I meant to say was ketchup on a hot dog. If you're older than 2 years old, it's wrong.
No, it's not.
You're doing it wrong. You can go ahead and do it. But
Dude, I love ketchup. Oh, it's so salty and delicious.
What you're doing is wrong.
Mouse and Cheeses Jesus wants to know, Nick, you're working for ESPN.
Here we go again.
You got to cut a promo. There's a double feature that night. They're airing a couple of movies. It's Get Out, followed by Iron Claw. And you need people to tune in.
You really got to sell it.
Yeah.
There are some things that I will grin and bear my way through. What did we cover so far? I'll go ahead with the
Shoresy, you mentioned you'll go with that.
Absolutely never in my lifetime will I endorse either one of those movies in any way, shape, or form.
Really?
Absolute garbage. Specifically, Iron Claw. If you would have given me something heavy to throw at the screen, I would have done it. It was so stupid.
What if the movie was an ESPN original? It stars Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
But it's called Happy Wife, Happy Life.
If that title is just ironic, and in the movie he's making his wife's life miserable,
then you'll do it.
I'd have to get a sneak preview of that one. Randy Shaver, tonight's version of Thursday Night Football will feature the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah. Would have been a great matchup had the Niners not had all the injuries that they've had.
Their overrated starting quarterback Brock Purdy will not play tonight.
Two of their receivers are out too, and George Kittle. And
Jesus.
Yeah, they're banged up really bad.
Who the hell
the Rams should. The line on this game has jumped from the Rams at a 5-point favorite to a 9-point favorite now because of all the injuries. So.
Speaking of injuries, all I'm seeing the last couple of days as far as the Vikings go is injuries this and injuries that.
Right, that is correct.
Specifically on the offensive line. Dudes are going down. And it says here, all these injuries has destroyed what was supposed to be a strength for the Vikings this season. Troubled head coach Kelvin O'Conrad is trying to work through different combinations on a damn near daily basis. They're all the way out in friggin' stupid England. So let me get this straight. If they need to call some dude in Ohio to fill
Ain't
in.
happening. I was thinking the same thing.
But that's what they're doing, right? They're having to put guys on airplanes and send them to England.
Mm-hmm.
What a nightmare. Center and the guard position. The whole offensive line is torn up. And as Randy Shaver said a couple days ago, this is not ideal. That's one of Ashley's favorite things.
Oh, is it?
Saying it's not ideal.
I haven't noticed that.
You often note whether something is ideal or not ideal.
What's the number one thing that is ideal?
Yeah.
Sleep.
Sleep is ideal.
What's the number one thing that's not ideal?
Ketchup on a hot dog.
No, stop being such a hater.
I like being a hater.
That's kind of his thing.
Answer Cubby's question. What is not ideal?
That's not ideal.
Like a
baby puking on you.
A baby.
Top of mind.
As Randy Shaver said the other day, this is not ideal for the Vikings considering their next opponent, the Cleveland Browns, might have the best defensive front.
Oh, for sure.
In the National Football League.
Best defense, actually, all the way around. Yeah, they're very, very good.
The Vikings have allowed a league-high 18 sacks so far this season. Here comes the jokes about Josh's mom.
We've already had too many of those today. Stuck in Brainerd Jesus wants to know, Nick, you're working for ESPN. Picture that. And your job, they've got a whole new segment on the show. You have to call the top 10 empty net goals of all time.
Oh, my God.
And then he ends his text with live, laugh, love.
Oh, God.
The most exciting empty netters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you have to sign off every broadcast each night with live, laugh, love.
You know what's funny is that you've expressed all the things you hate so much, people know exactly how to needle you.
They know what makes me tick. They know what makes me run hot. Josh, all I can say is this. It looks as if I'm going to be fired and rehired many times.
It does, based on these texts.
Over there at ESPN.
Speaking of empty nets, is Marcus Foligno heading our way?
He sure is.
Yes, sir.
Fabulous. He's the king of empty nets.
Yeah, he is.
He will be joining us again.
He's got that name.
Can't wait.
All right. We're going to cut out a little early this morning, Randy Shaver, for two reasons. One, we want to make room. Yes?
Go ahead.
We want to make room for our next guest, Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital, and we encourage folks to go ahead and text us if they have a question or a concern about their pet, 651-989-9393. That's reason number one.
Okay.
Anyone want to guess reason number two?
I had a feeling.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Randy, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
See ya.
Dr. Andrea is coming up next.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast, American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's Dr. Andrea.
Here to save you about $5,000 and answer your pet questions. It's Dr. Andrea.
On the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, yeah, as we've reached 8:24 on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show on this beautiful Thursday morning. We love our silly pets, don't we? And you got to look after those little bastards because they can't do it themselves. Our next guest is the best in the business, local vet Dr. Andrea Johnston from Gurman Animal Hospital in Minnetonka. Text us at the number 651-989-9393. If you're worried about your adorable little puppy or kitty, you can go ahead and ask Dr. Andrea all about it. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
What's cracking?
Yeah.
Traffic stinks.
Oh, is it pretty bad?
Yeah.
What you been doing the last couple of weeks? Anything fun and interesting?
Living through hockey tryouts. That's always fun.
It's hockey tryout time of year again. And again, you have 3 kids playing hockey?
Yeah. My middle's a goalie, so that'll be a new experience for first year trying out.
Between October and March, how much free time?
Zero.
How often do you have
Negative.
a Friday or Saturday where you just have nothing going on?
Yeah, and the older they get, the later the practices and the games.
That's true.
It's rough.
How many rink hot chocolates are you going to go through the next few months?
Oh, my gosh, right? My 6-year-old likes to sneak my credit card to the concession stand, so I get weird fraud alerts with weird cards that she's found in my wallet.
Buying up all the lollies and
popcorn and
Mike and
slushies.
And because it's hockey, I'd imagine you probably have to pick up a second job to afford 3 kids
For
playing
sure.
hockey.
Yep.
And you got to get bigger shirts because all the hockey moms wear the pins.
I don't have any pins.
You don't have any pins?
No.
When my oldest played hockey, it seemed like every hockey mom had a big pin of her kid.
No, I don't have any of those.
And how many goaltenders do you have in the house now?
Just one.
One goaltender.
Yeah, just one.
Do you have a favorite concession stand food when you go to the rink?
I am an old school popcorn fan.
Okay.
I love the popcorn at the rink.
I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, when I used to drive the Zamboni at the old Wayzata rink,
Yeah.
held that job for a couple years, the best part about that gig was after varsity games were over, me and my bro Lou and Andy, we worked together. We all went to high school together, and then we couldn't find a direction in life, so we ended up driving the Zamboni for a couple of years. After the varsity games were over, we got all the leftover hot dogs we could handle.
Oh, that's amazing.
And let me tell you something. The old Wayzata rink concession stand hot dogs were friggin' lights out.
Oh, so good.
You could go through 5 or 6 of them if you wanted to.
Probably sitting on that grill for a while, too.
I don't care.
That makes them better.
Yeah,
the more carcinogens, the better.
Right.
So we got you now. We're glad we got you before all hell is completely broken loose.
I know.
Before hockey season really kicks in. Again, 651-989-9393 if you have a question.
Yeah, thanks for your time again.
Yeah, of course.
Corrections Officer Jesus wants to know, they rescued a dog from Texas. They had her for 6 hours before they realized she's totally deaf. And he's got 2 questions. How do you train a deaf dog? And does anyone want a deaf dog?
Yeah, I mean, you would be so surprised how well they do, a deaf or blind dog, because they rely on their other senses, specifically their sense of smell, too. You can easily train it with hand motions and things like that, so using lots of treats and hand motions.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That dog will do just fine. We see a lot of deaf dogs.
I had a
blind
dog
dogs.
that, well, my old dachshund went deaf on me there towards the end, and he also couldn't see Dick Tracy. But, overall, he still seemed mostly normal. You could tell he was using his nose, like Dr. Andrea said.
Yeah. It is sad to see, though. I remember one of my friends had a lab that was deaf and blind, and it was just so sad. They like walk it outside, run into a parked car.
Oh, no.
Like I can't watch this.
No,
I'm a mess.
My dachshund would run into things now and again. He
so
would.
sad.
But
It is
what I thought was fun. I mean, it's not all sad. When I'd walk in the house, he would approach because he felt the vibrations on the floor.
Yeah.
His ears would go up. He's still trying to listen to who's there. But I would see his nose open and close a couple times, and he could tell it was me, and then he'd walk at me like he always had, So
That is sweet.
Like Andrea always says, dogs and cats are so. What's the word you always use? There's a
Resilient.
word. Resilient.
They are. They're tough.
But that's really it. Training a deaf dog. Does anybody want a deaf dog?
I mean, honestly, it probably barks less.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nothing to add.
I don't know. My mom has a deaf dog, and she's basically blind at this point, and she barks more than she ever has.
so it could go the other way.
She's just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Staying with the theme, here's a listener who's texted Dr. Andrea about a deaf kitten. She responds to big noises, but not to vocals. Anyway, they got it from a shelter. Oh, by the way, before we get into this, Josh mentioned that deaf dog came from Texas.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Everyone I talk to who rescues a dog, they're all from
Texas.
Oh, seriously, yeah.
Is
Well,
there
I
something-
mean, it's so it could be due to like a natural disaster. A lot of times they relocate, with the flooding, things like that.
I was just going to ask if it was
hurricanes.
recent because of the flooding.
Yeah, so or Alabama, a lot of times they just don't spay or neuter their dogs, so
Okay.
the pet population's out of control.
But sometimes it's the house got wiped out by a flood,
Yeah.
and they're okay.
Yeah.
Because 9 out of the last 10 pets that I've heard were adopted came
A
from.
lot of Texas dogs.
Yeah.
I will say that. Yeah.
And they got the cowboy hat on and the spurs and
Of
everything.
course, yeah.
You got-
Big Dak Prescott fans.
Yeah. You got to train them to go the other way with that. So anyway, this says, Dr. Andrea, my brother has recently adopted a kitten. She seems to be deaf. She responds to big noises, but not to vocal stuff. Otherwise, she's happy and healthy. Tough question here. Is there anything we can do to confirm this? Well, go see a veterinarian.
Yeah, actually, you could. I mean, it's pretty evident for a veterinarian to tell you if the dog's deaf or not. I mean, we can tell.
Is it if you tell a fart joke, if it doesn't laugh,
Yeah, totally.
you know that they're not faking it.
Totally.
Because it works with kids. When the kids are not paying
That's
attention.
called selective hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I kind of wonder if that cat has a little bit of selective hearing, if it can hear big noises.
It could be.
But yeah, there are actually some neurologic tests you can do where you can look to see if they respond brain wavelength wise to a sound. You can see a neurologist too, but honestly, just take your cat to the vet.
Yeah, here's a text that says, I also heard you get more animals from the south because in the winter, the litters that have been abandoned are more likely to survive. I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Because it's warmer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the elements aren't taking them out.
Yeah, that's
All
my
right.
guess, but
A lot of those Texas dogs.
they just don't control the pet population as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's a question about a 40-pound poodle who ate 1.5 pounds of taco meat 2 days ago.
hell yeah.
I could go through 1.5
Wow.
pounds taco meat. Her, quote, number two's scents have been the bright orange color of taco seasoning, and they want to know if they should be worried.
No. I mean, that dog just had a really good meal.
Yeah.
As long as there weren't like any onions or garlic in that taco meat, you should be fine. I mean,
There
if
you
it's
go.
vomiting diarrhea, sometimes we'll see pancreatitis from it, but just watch for illness.
You think you could wipe out 1.5 pounds of taco meat, huh, Cubby?
Easily.
That's nothing, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I just went through a pound. I don't even want to say. It's
Say it.
embarrassing.
What is it?
I went through a pound of hamburger that I mixed with manwich and macaroni and cheese last week.
Wow.
Was that when the wife was gone?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I need my wife around. I told these guys she was out of town for the weekend. I was going to come back 10 pounds heavier or 10 pounds lighter. I either was going to be too lazy to eat or I was going to go crazy because how do you know when to stop if your wife doesn't tell you?
You've had enough,
That's a very
honey.
good point.
I had a tummy ache.
That sounds
bet.
horrible. Back to dogs from Texas. Here's a listener who says dogs from Texas also, this is a little known fact, have less rust on them than dogs from states up north where they use salts on the road. Anybody? That's pretty
Hilarious.
clever.
That
right
does
there.
make sense.
Come on, Dana.
It is clever. I'm
What the hell's
nodding my
going on?
head.
How about a dog that just had a splenectomy? text message coming in for Dr. Andrea. My dog just had a splenectomy. And got an orange-sized tumor removed close to but not in or on the spleen. They're waiting for biopsy results, and it's very stressful, they say. So anything you could tell them. So the doctor, what is a splenectomy? Had the spleen removed?
Yeah, having the spleen removed. The spleen is like kind of a factory for tumor growth because it's just full of blood vessels. So either they get a benign tumor called a hematoma or a malignant tumor called hemangiosarcoma. I'd be interested to know the breed of that dog and the age, but you worry if it was a large tumor. Sometimes they're benign, but we see a lot of cancerous splenic masses.
Okay.
But you don't know until you take the spleen out and biopsy it.
We get so many texts. Maybe this individual can get back to us and tell us.
Yeah, please. I'm curious.
What kind of dog it is. I hope to see it, but Dr. Andrea is so popular, the text machine goes mental. I bet you could probably perform a splenectomy with one arm behind your back.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll do them if I absolutely have to, but they're pretty messy and pretty tedious with suturing vessels all the way through. Yeah.
What do you do with the stuff you take out? Do you throw that in the regular garbage, or does waste management not appreciate
I mean,
that?
like testicles. Yeah,
or
those go in the
anything,
garbage. Ovaries, uteruses. Yeah,
Just
those
put
go
it
in
in
the
like
garbage.
a special bag and chuck it?
We just throw them away.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Put them in the garbage, right, with your lunch and things like
GNR Twins, Jesus wants to know, how long does it take for underwear to pass in a Rhodesian Ridgeback?
Oh, man.
That's a cool dog.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
How long does it take for underwear to go through the digestive system of one of those cool dogs?
I mean, underwear is a big thing. You see a lot of underwear in dogs. Well,
have you ever said, "Oh Christ, those are mine"?
Not yet. I would worry. I would get an X-ray to see if it's still in the stomach. If it's in the stomach, I would vomit the dog because then it's up and you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, I would watch the dog for symptoms of vomiting, lack of appetite, lack of stool. Because, I mean, usually it'll take a day if it passes, but if it's stuck somewhere.
So more than a day, you'd be pretty worried?
I would have that dog checked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're speaking with Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital. Our listeners are getting a chance to ask her whatever the hell they got on their minds. The number is 651-989-9393. All right, let's go with this one. Dear Dr. Andrea, I found a kitty in my shop. She's 4 months old. My wife doesn't like it.
Oh.
So I need to put her up for adoption. She's a 47-year-old woman, Caucasian.
I love you.
She doesn't know how to cook, drinks a lot. Okay. So I had to try another joke.
I like that one.
You guys didn't
hilarious.
like the... how about a dog who lost one of the pads on its foot?
Oh.
Ouch. I bet that hurts.
Yeah.
You know that Dr. Andrea said it out loud already many times. My Yorkie, Gertie, Dr. Andrea said, cutest dog ever.
Yep.
There's no taking that back. She's a professional.
She sees a lot of dogs.
The pads on Gertie's feet, they kind of look like little coffee beans.
That's adorable.
The pads on anyway.
My dog, she's missing some of the pads on her feet.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
She eats them, right?
She's missing her whole foot. What are you talking about?
That, but then she also has, I don't know, that's whatever she's got going on, Dr. Andrea knows her pads on the bottom of her feet are just trash.
Yeah, well, because she drags, too, and they rub. And
Yeah, she does drag.
Puppy. So this listener, my dog lost a pad on its foot. Does this heal?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost exactly like the heel of your foot, right?
Oh.
You can't close it, you can't suture it, you can't do anything about it. You just got to let it heal in. But it can be painful for a while.
Do they make dog Crocs?
Yeah.
Or Skechers?
Yes,
heck yeah, they do.
There you go. There's a
They
market.
do make dog Crocs, Cubby.
This person has a male cat, 3 years old, started peeing small amounts of red, brownish liquid, and frequently, sometimes it drops, sometimes more. Is this something that will just clear up on its own, or should I bring him to a vet, or is it bad enough just to go straight to the taxidermist?
Not the latter. I would get that cat checked out because the concern is there's a stone or there's what we call cystitis, inflammation along the bladder wall. And if they stop urinating or not fully voiding, it can be really severe with kidney values skyrocketing. So a lot of times we have to put them on a prescription diet and some pain medications and maybe even an antibiotic too. But if it's a male cat, you worry because a lot of times they'll have to go to surgery for that.
Oh, my damn. Now, I have no idea why or what I'm talking about here. Can you give dogs human-grade collagen powder? What would be the what am I talking about there?
What, for their hair or something?
Collagen? What does that do?
I mean, collagen is like, I think, isn't it like skin, like turgidity? Like it helps with skin regrowth and hair. And,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And nail growth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see a reason why you would want to give your dog collagen.
Maybe try to get back to us.
That's so random.
Is the hair falling out, or
Really? Yeah, right? I
What-
don't know why.
Model.
is it possible that would help with itchy skin on a
No,
dog? Or,
I mean,
okay.
I just don't I've never heard of it in a dog.
Some folks get some ideas out there. By God, they do.
Well, I mean, the trend, right? It's always like trickles down from like the human trend, right? Like
Yeah.
I eat all natural raw food, and my dog is going to eat that.
One of
Kind
my
a similar
dogs is on
thing.
Ozempic.
Wow.
Yeah, we want to thin him out a little bit.
I mean, that's next. I'm just waiting.
Vacation Jesus said, we've got 2 dogs. The younger one, who's 2 years old and smaller, always licks and sniffs at the larger, older dog's mouth. What is this about? Is it him bonding?
Well, I'd look at the other dog's teeth, make sure there's not a ton of bacteria in there, because sometimes bacteria can have that sweet taste to it. Or if there's like a little skin infection along the lip fold, sometimes they'll clean up. I'm sure you probably see that in your Danes,
sure,
Josh.
yeah.
Like they get like kind of yeasty from drool and
Sure.
saliva.
So it could
So
be
much drool.
the one dog is drawn to the other because it's got something rotten going on in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question that kind of relates to that. I've been meaning to ask you. Ever since we brought the baby home, one of my dogs is constantly bullying the other one. Like, will not leave him alone no matter how many times I tell him to stop. And then he tries to hump him. He doesn't really get down on his level, so he's kind of just
Wait a minute.
humping the air.
The dog, right?
The dog.
Yeah, the dog on dog. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
What the heck is going on there?
Yeah, well,
Is he like mad that we brought the baby home and he's
they're-
taking it out on the other dog?
They're battling for.
Their hierarchy,
yeah.
you know, like who's the alpha, and then this little creature comes in and is getting more attention than that dog. So it's just trying to establish dominance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would just make sure it's not towards the baby, which it sounds like it's not.
That does make sense because this dog that is doing the humping is also fake limping.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll run around the yard completely fine. Everything's cool.
Does he do the gritty right afterwards? 'Cause maybe he just likes Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he acts like he's got a bum leg every now and then. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you.
He's the victim.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's
Attention-seeking
struggling.
A lot of drama in that household.
No kidding. You always got something going on.
I know.
More drug questions for you here, Dr. Andrea. My dog is on prednisone to help treat her for you finished that one.
Thrombocytopenia.
That's
Whoa.
exactly it. My dog is on prednisone to help treat her for thrombocytopenia.
Yeah.
Is there something I can give her after she's off the medication to keep up her appetite?
Well, I mean, hopefully once the thrombocytopenia, which is low platelets, usually it's either tick-borne or it can be just autoimmune. Usually once you treat it with prednisone and they get those platelets back, they should start eating and feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
There are appetite stimulants too, but the dog shouldn't need it if it's weaning off of prednisone and the platelets are normal.
But
so.
if you have no other choice, I think we already talked about it. The easy answer is taco meat.
Taco meat.
Or the white trash macaroni I made.
Or yes,
It was so
or
good.
not.
Roastmaster Jesus said he got his wife a pug for her birthday.
Oh, wow.
And aside from the fat, wrinkly face and the constant drooling and bad attitude, the dog seems to like her.
Hilarious.
I had a pug neighbor once.
I've got a pug niece. My
Really?
brother and sister-in-law, they've got a pug, and she's adorable.
They're cute.
I like those.
Make a lot of funny noises.
I could never have one sleep in my room. They are the worst for nail trims.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, meaning
They act like they're dying.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
So they just cry and
They
fight.
scream
Then
and they
scream.
fight and they wiggle and
So you end up not getting a good real nail trim in there.
yeah,
and
but
tear
then
your,
because it can't breathe too, then you're like, wait, we got to give the dog a break because it's
right.
panicking.
That's it. Josh mentioned the noises. They have that snorting.
Yeah, they always sound like they're just about to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's the death rattle.
It
or
can be
something.
scary.
All right, one more quick one, then we'll take a break. An orange male tabby cat, and he cries. Speaking of trimming nails and things like that, I have an orange male tabby. He cries every time I touch his feet. Why? The question is why?
I don't think, I mean, I guess I checked, is he dew claw or his claws removed? If he is, maybe he has some chronic arthritis or pain there. He could be arthritic, or he could just not like his feet touched.
Yeah.
Many animals don't like their feet touched.
They don't. And I was always told when you get a new puppy or kitty to mess with their feet.
Feet, ears, mouth, all of that.
So then when they get older, it doesn't bother them so much.
Yep.
They're used to you poking around on their feet and their ears. Yeah. So.
Yep, for sure.
It's Dr. Andrea
On the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Welcome back. We got time for a few more questions for our guest, Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital. Been a great time so far, as usual, hanging out with Dr. Andrea. Let me see what we got in front of me here. Dr. Andrea, my dog had gray eye gook, but now it's super green eye gook. Should I be concerned? That's concert-going sheezes.
Yeah, I mean, if the dog's squinting, I would worry about an ulcer, especially if it's green. You worry about eye infection. But, I mean, the weather outside, we're still dealing with, like, summer, fall allergies.
Mm-hmm.
Usually this time of year it's chillier, so it could be just allergy, too. But if it's one eye, I'd get it checked out.
How would an ulcer come into play for eye?
So a scratch on the cornea, right? So if we call it a corneal ulcer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't clarify.
No.
And then sometimes they'll get infected, and you'll see that discharge and gunk.
Poor little puppy.
Yeah.
It's a little puppy.
Pothead Scorpioschisis has a question. She heard about a, quote, like longer living pill, which supposedly is going to be given to dogs next year, possibly.
What?
Yeah.
And it'll help them.
There is one that's under research or coming out on the market. I don't know much about it because I don't know how much you can guarantee that you can get your dog to
a pill
live
you give
longer.
your dog.
It is a medication.
How much longer are we talking?
Yeah, I don't. I have to do my research on it. I'm kind of ignoring it for right now because I can imagine it's gonna go gangbusters when it does.
Do you know much? Like, is this something you have to give your dog monthly or
no? I don't. Yeah, and I'm not sure if they even know that yet.
How the hell is that possible?
I'm picturing Pet Cemetery where it's no longer your dog. It kills your dog, and then it's a zombie dog.
Yeah, right.
How is it possible to give any living thing a pill and it allows them to live longer? I'm not buying it.
Well, exactly. So a lot of the pet industry is very, they're targeting people's heartstrings, right? So is there anything medicinally effective in it? I don't know.
Ask me. I've never heard of that.
It's crazy how Ashley and I, we went to a lunch Friday with some friends, and one of them works at a place where they make dog food and stuff like that, and she was telling us some of the research they do on absolutely everything to get people to buy it. It's incredible. Remember that, Ashley?
It's ridiculous. Like, it comes down to, like, the way they spell words on the packaging.
Yeah, exactly. Even how they spell it, the fonts and things like that, because I guess it makes a difference to people buying it. And how they phrase certain things to make claims.
Yep.
Pretty crazy.
How about that? A longer life pill for a dog. I can imagine, Josh, one night, let's say you get your hands on the longer life pill for the dogs, and one night you see your wife and she's beginning to put one of the pills into her mouth, and you go, no!
You see me diving in slow motion to knock it out of her hand?
Here's an interesting question for Dr. Andrea. What's your favorite movie dog?
Oh, gosh, my favorite movie dog. You know what I loved when I was a kid was that movie Turner and Hooch.
Oh, yeah.
I never saw
that
that
dog. I loved that
dog. With the guy that became the other dude?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
I love that movie.
What
I love
style
that
of dog was that?
It wasn't a St. Bernard, I don't think.
No.
It was like a Mastiff, I think.
Yeah, big old slobbery thing.
Yeah.
I'd say Scooby-Doo for me.
Turner and
Oh,
Hooch.
that's a good one.
You know who I really like is Bluey. Do you guys know Bluey?
No.
Yeah.
Is that a real breed of dog?
It's a cartoon.
Yeah, but I mean, is it like based on a real dog?
I think it is. I think it's
got
like an
pointy
Australian
ears,
Shepherd.
right?
I was big on Fred from Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, dude, Clifford.
Clifford.
That's one big red dog,
All
Ashley.
day.
I always thought he sucked eggs.
I loved Clifford as a kid.
Why was he so big?
Yeah, he was clumsy and bumping into stuff.
And then I'm not trying to get anybody emotional, especially me. But how about Benji and Tiffany?
Benji.
Benji?
Yeah.
Nothing?
No, she's not a fan.
Cold-hearted bastard.
Squonky Jesus wants to know, and this is a good sad question, but a lot of people have this question. I went through this recently. How do you know when it's time to say goodbye?
Oh,
She
boy.
said, I recently had to put my 20-year-old cat down. I'm pretty sure it was the right choice, but I still question myself.
Oh, your pet. I was going to say, when you find another man in the... Anyway, how do you know when... That's the most
That's really hard. It's hard. So a lot of times I'll tell people to write down 5 things they know their dog or cat loves to do. Bark at the mailman, eat some treat. And if 2 or 3 of those fall off the list, then it's time to consider an end of life.
Hey, that's a great answer.
You also want to let them pass with some dignity. So a 20-year-old cat, I can imagine, was having a hard time getting around, maybe not using the litter box. It's not fair to them. They don't want to live like that.
5 things your pet likes, and if 2 or 3 of them are no longer a thing, it might be the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, I tell people don't wait until all of them are off the list, because that's not fair to them.
This is great. We were talking to Dr. Andrea earlier about how she's got 3 kids playing hockey. Her schedule is about ready to be mangled here for the next 6 months.
Yep.
One of your kids is a goaltender. You know who texted in to ask you a question this morning, Dr. Andrea?
Ooh.
One of my old goaltenders, Scrammy. Everyone say hi to Scrammy.
Hey, Scrammy.
Hey, Scrammy. Cool nickname.
One of the best. He's got a question. And I believe the answer probably is that Scrammy and his wife don't know what the hell they're doing, but it says we have a 3-year-old male cat who is not allowing our 8-year-old female cat upstairs anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I love when cats get like that.
You will not
Yeah?
come upstairs. Not while I'm up here.
They're such bitches.
3-year-old male cat who is not allowing the 8-year-old female cat upstairs anymore. This wasn't a problem until a year ago. Now our female is forced to take a leak all over the downstairs. Wait a minute. I think it's still using the litter box. Our
Good.
female has to use the litter box downstairs. What can we do to fix this dynamic, says former Wayzata great goaltender Scrammy.
Wow. So that's all behavioral, right? That cat is like, I'm the boss, and you can't come upstairs. So I would make sure you have 3 litter boxes, right? We talked about that.
Yeah.
2 cats plus 1. And then I would also consider pheromone collars for those cats. It's called Feel Away. They wear these little collars that can kind of take the attitude down a notch. Sometimes I'll even use Prozac in those scenarios too, because that cat just sounds like it's territorial.
Are you listening, Scram?
And then also, I would probably limit that male cat from being upstairs for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't think he and his wife know what the hell they're doing.
Could be.
And I'm not kidding around. If your kid goaltender ever needs like a coach, a tutor, he was
Great.
good. Scrammy's good.
Awesome.
He's a tired old man now, but he was damn good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to treat a pet with UpDog?
With UpDog.
Yeah.
UpDog?
Mm-hmm.
I am not familiar with UpDog.
What's another way to ask that question? Dr. Andrea, you just said I'm not
What?
familiar with.
Would you like to ask me what it is? Go ahead.
What's up, dog?
Not much, dog. What's up with you? What's up with you, dog?
That's what we call a dad joke.
She drove all the way from the West Metro so you could dump the UpDog joke on her.
It wasn't my idea.
Oh my gosh, you're puzzling me. What's up, dog?
Hey, you know what's great?
What condition is that?
That's the only time you've ever been stumped.
Yeah, it is.
Don't feel bad about that. We finally got you, and it was a stupid joke.
We do get comments all the time saying not only is your segment enjoyable and not only do you do a great job, but people are impressed at how quickly I don't think you've ever said,
Right, you've never thrown out a pause word.
Josh is right. First time you've ever been stumped with the stupid UpDog joke. All right, we got to get going. Maybe time for one more. This is just a cute joke, I guess. But also, it looks like they're seeking real advice. My male cat is pulling out all of its hair. What, does he want to look like Nick and Josh?
Oh, ouch.
Male cat pulling out all of its hairdo.
Yeah, I mean, that's sometimes behavioral, but you want to make sure it doesn't have allergies or mites or all those things. You got to get it checked out first before you say it's behavioral.
Yeah.
What a little nut.
Yeah. But if it's got mites and it comes and sits on your pillow and whatnot, and right?
You don't want that.
No, and the mites get into your... Thank you very much, Dr. Andrea, for
Thanks
everything.
for having me.
Of course. The pleasure is all ours.
Retired FedEx Jesus. Before we go, I want to give him a shout out. He's jumping out of a perfectly good airplane today about 11:30. It was a 65th birthday gift from his wife, and he said he was very, very excited, and he thought, what a sweet thing to do. And now he's starting to question, wait, what does that mean?
You're friggin' kidding me.
I'm 65, and she's throwing me out of a plane.
Doesn't sound good.
Retired FedEx Jesus, please get back to us tomorrow and let us know you're alive. We need you.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.